Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nature Check's Arda Campaign, the show where you come for the game and stay for the science. Hi, I'm Sheryl. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm the Dungeon Master for the Arda Campaign. I'm also a PhD candidate studying ecology at the University of Illinois in Chicago, as long as my lab doesn't get taken away from me. And when I'm not doing research in aforementioned lab, I'm also a science communicator and the host of the Roving Naturalist on YouTube. Next, there's Ryan.
Hello, I'm Ryan. I'm an entomologist, horticulturalist, plant enthusiast in Pittsburgh, where I do plant healthcare at a medical marijuana facility. In our game, I play Fletcher, the human wizard, and we both use he, him, his pronouns.
Then there's Peter.
Peter, I'm an entomologist doing horticultural research in North Carolina at North Carolina A&T University. When I'm not doing that, I take pictures of arthropods and other things, put them up on my Instagram, which is my name. And here I play Cedric, the dwarven cleric, and both he and I use he, him pronouns.
Very nice. Then there's Cindy.
I like that I have you give me like encouragement.
Here's the cookie.
Like,
You did it!
didn't fucking do that.
Hi, I'm Cindy, she, her. I'm a science enthusiast and play an enduring engineer over on the Heroes of Awesome Constellation on the Weird Things Twitch and YouTube channels. Here, I'm playing Nautia, the water method druid. I did it.
You did do it.
You're normally good though, so you didn't get any kind of praise. It's like, no, same old, same old.
And then there's Nancy.
I feel like Peter and I should have a script that we read from.
Oh, you don't? That's what I do with a script.
Oh my god. Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Nancy. I am an entomologist, which means that I study insects, and I live in Quito, Ecuador, where I do personalized jungle tours, so you can come and see all the beautiful insects. And Sheryl is coming next week. Oh my god, I can't believe it's so soon. I'm
A
so
week from right
excited.
now, I'll be there.
I know. When I'm not doing that, I have a YouTube channel, Cybugs, and also now a TikTok that I'm actually working on, also called Cybugs, and I play a roguish young woman who's actually an ASMR. Her name is Kay, and we use she, her pronouns.
Amazing. You all know the drill. Hang out with us down in the chat. Use your channel points to help the PCs or create some chaos. And you can check the reference section down below for the social media handles for the whole Nature Check cast. And there's also a link to our Discord there, so you can come hang out with us even when we're not live streaming. You also know that you can find the video recordings of our games on our YouTube channel and the audio versions on all podcast platforms. Also, this is our last live stream of the year 2021. What is time? But you will be able to find our spring 2022 schedule in the reference section soon, and we'll also tweet it out as soon as we have it all set and ready to go. So stay tuned for that. Alrighty, let's get the game going. As you tried to make your fond farewell to the desert, you encountered a few delays. First, you had to dispatch some doom camels at an oasis that appeared to have been tainted by the pollution in the underground river. But after spending a night nearby, Fletcher's tests revealed that the water was in fact getting cleaner, implying that the flow of water underground is starting to sweep the pollution away. However, in camp that morning, you were also victims of a rash of practical jokes from an unknown source. Eventually, you spied two dust mephits who came to speak to Nautia and ask her what she was doing hanging out with boring people like you. It was apparently these mephits who had committed all the practical jokes. They eventually grew bored with talk of what they considered work and flew off, leaving you to continue your journey in relative peace. As you entered the grasslands, you discovered a large encampment of goblins nearby, and you're currently making your way towards them. It is mid-morning on Pelorum, the 21st day of Brightrun, which means 3 of you have known each other for exactly 2 months. Happy anniversary. And you are nearing the Goblin Camp. What would you like to do now?
I just find it like just wild that it's only been 2 months.
I know, right?
The amount of things that have happened to us and that we have done in 2 months.
Yep.
Any person in real life by now would have had like a breakdown and would not be continuing to do things the way we are doing things.
I mean, Kay has tried that several times, so.
Yes, literally.
Oh my
What am
God.
I even doing? I'm never doing this again.
But also, you've grown so much as people. You were all teeny tiny first level characters when some of you got off the boat and one of you walked into a bar in the city on that fateful day. And now look at you.
I mean, we had to. We literally had like 2 centuries worth of shit happen to us in 2 months.
Mhm. We've killed so many sentient entities.
And those 2 months only took us 2.5 years. It's fine. Time dilation. Not just for 2020. All right, what y'all doing?
I guess making our way towards the Goblin Camp, right? Nadia's been scouting it, and
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you
Yeah.
yeah.
doing anything? You just strolling on up? Are you trying to be sneaky? Are you, approaching in a particular way? Last time you met goblins, Cedric definitely had his warhammer out.
I mean, they tried to kill us with a wildfire, and then the time before that we met goblins, they were with orcs and did try to kill us. So, in my defense, it was justified.
I mean, I would probably, I would insist that we try to look friendly walking up to this. I mean, we're walking into their home. They don't look mean from far away, so we could try that. We've done that in other places. It's been fine, right? Right, guys?
Hey, I'm great at first impressions.
You make friends wherever you go,
It's true.
even when they try to kill you. No, sorry, even when they do kill you.
Woo.
We got along great for like 5 minutes there, I think.
Ooh, no, you had 2 cups of tea, man. It was way more than 5 minutes.
Andy forgot your friends.
Mm-hmm.
It took you 2 cups of tea to forget about your friends.
Let's be honest, it took him
it had
one
been a-
cup of tea to forget about his friends. The
It had
second
been
cup
a
of
while
tea
since I'd
was
had
already
tea,
long
okay,
gone.
guys? I didn't forget about you. I just knew that you were sleeping and probably fine outside.
You didn't know they were sleeping. You had no idea what was wrong with them.
You didn't
Well,
know where Nancy was at all. Or where
unconscious.
Kay was.
What's the difference between unconscious and sleeping?
A lot.
What am I?
Yeah, we'll ask
the
that
party's
question
healer?
next time you're
Why should I
dead.
know these things?
What's the difference between him being dead and him sleeping?
The snoring. All right. As you approach the Goblin Camp, we should probably move this along. That's my job. As you approach the camp, you can see a young male goblin with a spear in his hand, sort of wandering around the land, like outside of the tents and lean-tos and stuff. And he's sort of like looking at the ground. But if you're not trying to approach stealthily or anything like that, he will eventually notice you and sort of look up and kind of like cock his head to one side and take a long look at you, and then sort of like put his spear over his shoulder and come walking towards you. And I remember you. Didn't you, we saw you a few weeks ago?
Oh, good. I was hoping this was your camp. You're the Shortgrass Clan?
That's us. Yeah.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi again, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't, meet any of you. I had a job to do then, but, did you need something?
We're mostly just passing through,
Oh, okay.
but we've been in the desert, so that kind of sucks. So being in somewhere that's nicer is nice, you know?
Yeah, I haven't really been there, but it doesn't sound like a great place. It sounds hot. I don't really like the hot.
It's real hot and real dry.
Ugh. Well,
We figured it'd be a good opportunity to talk to somebody other than each other, because we haven't done that in a couple of days.
Yeah, do you wanna, are you looking for He's? That's who you talked to last time.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I remember he's.
You
Oh,
guys
of
had a
course.
whole conversation about him last time.
Yeah.
Nancy's drawing of Fire Goblin Man. Nods emphatically.
I'm just really glad Cedric didn't immediately open with like thinking this goblin was He's, and implying that like all goblins look alike and calling him He's.
Progress.
He very specifically was like, "Oh, I didn't meet you last time, but I heard about you." So he preempted that. I'm sure, apropos not at all of Cheryl's knowledge of how Cedric would interact with this group.
It wasn't with the intent of, like, changing how you acted. No, this is just what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to talk to He's or, I mean, any of the other, like, people who are in charge, I could take you to someone. Or, I mean, you're welcome to just, like, walk on in, I guess, if you know where you're going. Or, I don't know. I mean, I'm just out here hunting. But if you need something, I can help.
Is there anything that we need to specifically address? I think we were just making sure this wasn't something dangerous, right? It was like, so we can, I mean, unless we want any kind of like supplies or information, otherwise it's kind of like,
maybe a bath. I want a bath.
Yeah, some like food that we didn't have to kill and cook, and then maybe a cleanup.
Y'all
would
smell
be
rank.
nice. We all smell.
we
Someone
can ask
still
about.
smells like a corpse, so
Yeah.
not naming name.
He has new clothes on.
Yeah.
Somehow didn't help much. But like a bath would be nice. Maybe
Or
like
maybe-
a dinner that we don't have to cook.
Trade for some just like hospitality basics for a night rather than camping.
Yeah.
Did he say what his name was?
No, we need to ask.
I'm Cedric, by the way.
Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Cleats.
Cleats?
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
That's an interesting name. I don't know anybody named Cleats back where I'm
I don't
from.
know anybody named Cedric, so,
Hi,
It's
my
a
name is
dwarven
Kay.
name.
Oh.
She
Hi,
was
Kay.
She like pushes in front of him, like puts her hand out. Hi, I'm Kay.
Yeah, I'm Fletcher. We didn't meet last time. I spoke with He's, but I think coming out of the desert, we're just interested in probably trading, or we have money to just get some basics for the night, a place to sleep and a bath and some food, and just have a comfortable place to stay for the night if that's available in your camp. Coming out of the desert, we're kind of covered in sand, and I'd really like to get rid of it from places that sand shouldn't be.
Yeah, this is a pretty big clan, I guess, as far as I know. We love to trade. Anything you want, we've probably got, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, do you want me to, like, take you to talk to somebody, or you think you can find it on your own? I don't know.
Is there anyone specific we should go see about this, so we can kind of so we're not just bumbling around in your around everybody?
Yeah, maybe you should bring us. I mean, we do look kind of weird, and as you pointed out, we have weird names. So like, maybe if you like bring us into the town.
I mean, I can. Yeah, I don't know who you want to talk to. Like, I mean, there's like there's like Vermord, who's like in charge, but there's also like Chobs, who's in charge of food, or I don't really. I mean, you said you were looking for a whole bunch of different things, so I don't know who you want to talk to.
The food guy. That sounds
Yeah,
good.
the food guy, or maybe like the place where we could rent a bed for the night.
Rent a bed.
Like sleep somewhere that's not a tent.
They got tents. They're in
Yeah,
tents.
it's like a traveling.
Yeah,
nom-
I mean,
nomadic.
you can sleep wherever. Like, everybody just kind of sleeps wherever they want, so,
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So the food guy.
Oh, yeah, you want to go
What was the
meet
food guy's name?
Chobs?
Jobs.
We can start with Jobs.
Yeah, I mean, he's, like, kind of always busy, but, I mean, if you want food, he's probably the person to talk to, yeah.
That'll be a great start. I don't want to take you away from your job out here for too long, but I think that would get us just sort of introduced into camp, and then I think we'll be good after that.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm just, like, out here, stabbing my spear into holes trying to catch little animals, but, it's fine. Yeah, it'll be okay.
So he just sort of, like, turns around and starts walking back into the camp, like, no ceremony. So I suppose you follow? Okay, yeah. So you walk into, and again, like, goblins are kind of smallish creatures, so Kay and Fletcher, a lot of these structures are, your shoulder height, or maybe smaller even, some of them. But it is a pretty dense camp. There are lots and lots of tents and lean-tos, and lots of goblins walking around doing stuff. You smell food cooking, you hear all sorts of noises, including, Cedric, you swear you hear a sound that's like a hammer on metal. But there's just, like, a lot going on in this very big, very densely packed camp. And so Cleats leads you to kind of a big-ish wooden lean-to with, smoke and steam sort of blowing out around it. And there's this big kind of, like, charcoal grill thing set up with lots of little animals on skewers all being roasted on top of this grill, and one male goblin who sort of seems to be in charge, like, bossing a bunch of other younger goblins around as they, like, prepare things and move stuff around. And Cleats sort of, like, looks at all of that hubbub and, like, turns back to you and is like, that's him. Good luck.
I see what you mean by he's busy sometimes.
Is there food here that's not meat on sticks?
Yeah, I mean, he's got other stuff. That's just, like, I mean, that's, the big grill, but they have other food that's not meat, yeah.
Cool, thanks.
Okay, bye.
And he just, like, leaves.
Okay, maybe we should make a plan now that we're not you taking up that guy's time. So, baths, food. I guess we're just gonna camp here
really
tonight. It's like 9 a.m. right? Like
It's like 10-ish, yeah.
Y'all want to just stay here for the day?
We could.
I feel like
we don't necessarily need a different place to sleep, really, but all the other things would be good to, like, refresh for the day. But it's also fine if we spend a night here. Like, I mean, we're either, like, staying in tents here or staying in our own tents. But if we're here, we could all probably go a night without taking watches because we're surrounded by people.
Yeah, that would be nice.
So that might be the one. Maybe we'd want to spend a night just for that reason.
If we do spend a night, I mean, I guess regardless of where we spend the night here, I could try and do some special healing, cleansing magic first thing in the morning, here or there, to maybe heal the leftover stuff from that nasty oasis and the doom camels. I mean, I could do that wherever, but just this might be a good place to do it.
Looks
Do you have a different way to try it now? 'Cause I know the last thing we tried, it didn't work.
Nah, yeah. Well, but it occurred to me that, like, all that silver ore that we have, we could potentially use that to maybe create a small place of sacred ground, and that might, like, enhance my healing abilities. Unless you guys want to just wait till we get back to town, and then we could go to, like, a temple and do it there. Probably get them to do it, and then we could sell the silver, because I'm gonna have to use some of it up.
I mean, you could try it here because we know we still have to make it back through the jungle, and if we're going to be, stopping to try to do something about the birds on the way back, so we don't show back up empty-handed, so we don't get in instant, probably immediate trouble when we get back into town.
Oh yeah, from the crime boss who
probably-
wants to kill us.
Yeah, we probably want to be feeling as good as we can because those birds almost took us out the last time we
kinda
were in
sucked.
there.
Mm-hmm.
So we might, if we could do anything about it, we can at least try whatever you're thinking of.
Have you
Yeah.
guys previously mentioned the crime boss that wants to kill you in front of Nautia before?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I don't
no.
think explicitly no.
No.
That's
Oh.
come up. No.
You
Okay.
mentioned- We've talked about the birds and red feathers and things, but not
Not
why.
like why we need them and how
Did-
dire the situation is.
Yeah, did we never mention that to you, Nautia? Did you think
Oh,
we
no,
just
she
hated
doesn't
birds?
say anything. She doesn't
Oh.
say anything. She's just listening and taking in new information.
I've known
I can
these people
imagine
for
her
how
face
long?
though is like,
So yeah, well, and bonus points if I use up some of the silver because I do think it's gonna like disappear when I create a holy circle. Then we don't have to carry it, which is like awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy.
Yeah, I mean, as the person who's been hauling the wagon for the last several days.
Well-
I'd be down with 5 pounds less weight. You don't.
Why
5
why
pounds
don't
doesn't seem
we-
like a lot, but when you haul it all the way through the desert, it seems it adds up.
well, why don't we do like the sacred ground stuff in the morning and then whatever's left over we just sell here so we don't have to carry it all the way back.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if they want silver ore, I think hear an anvil. Now that doesn't mean they have smelting technology, but if they've got an anvil, I mean, potentially there's some. Smelting
And-
generally requires a non-nomadic lifestyle. I don't know if you guys know this, but I appreciate the fact that none of you are
didn't. But maybe goblins like shiny things or slightly duller shiny things that could be made shinier with some slight modifications.
If I just look around the area we're in, do I see shiny metal things?
What do you mean? Like you're
Just
looking
like in the
for,
Goblin Camp, like do I see
Anything made of
anyone
metal?
in armor? Do I see anything made of metal?
Oh yeah, I mean Cleats had a spear with a metal head on it, and
Yeah.
like yeah,
So,
you
like, there's
see, I mean,
clearly
the
metal
grill
everywhere.
is metal.
Yeah.
Like
uh-huh.
yeah, they have metal. It appears yes. Also, Peter,
So
you were going
there-
to sell them silver or what?
I'm sorry,
wow.
Sheryl, you cut out there for a
Yeah,
second.
yeah,
I
okay.
didn't hear you.
The silence was deafening.
Yeah. I
But
think.
there-
Oh man, look! Everybody just unsubscribed from Twitch.
Aw.
Oh, all at once.
I'm hurt.
Are the what's the size comparison between the goblins and Cedric?
They are Cedric. You're what? 4 feet tall?
4'4".
You're 4'4". Oh my goodness. So most of the goblins are a bit shorter than him, but like they're all
They're mechanically small, right?
yeah. But they're
Yeah,
they're
they're
bigger
like
than
me.
Nautia, so they're sort of
Yeah.
like in between the two of them. Yeah.
Maybe there'd be some kinds of pieces of armor that might fit you, Cedric.
That's
If
true.
if you felt like getting something now before we're back in town.
A dwarf in goblin crafted armor is just so delicious.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, he may not want it, but
Yeah, I was trying to decide how rude Cedric was about to be about the idea
Does he
of
like
goblin
holes in his
crafted.
chest though? Because that might be the alternative.
Yeah.
I'm wearing Lucanus's studded leather armor.
I'm sorry, you're wearing Fingo's studded leather armor.
Sorry, Finga's studded leather armor. Yeah.
You're
Which we
washing it for
agreed to
Kay,
let
remember?
you wear
Yeah.
until you found armor to give it to me.
Yep.
Mm.
After which time it will have been washed of Lucanus's deadness, and Kay will be okay wearing it.
Yes.
Right. Yes. Okay. I'm laundering it
Yes,
for you.
that was a big conversation a few episodes ago.
I think of it as Lucanus's studded leather armor because that's
Who most recently wore it? Yes.
yeah. Well, I think in the realm of people who I care about,
Mhm. Fair enough.
Lucanus ranks higher than the creepy gnoll that we killed, who I said no words to that I can recall. Right. All right. Fine. Let's go look and see if they have armor. I guess.
we just walked up to the food guy.
Yeah, you're sort
Are we
of
just gonna
hovering on
walk
the
away?
outskirts of the food place.
Well, he looks really busy, and I don't see any freaking berries here.
Cleet said he's always busy, and they have things that aren't meat.
Okay, all right.
Kay like runs behind Cedric and just like pushes him forward a little bit.
We could at least make an order, like, and so that things might be cooking, and then we can come back.
I don't see like a menu or something like that.
As you all
Yes.
are standing super awkwardly in this, like, you know, space between
That's what we do.
tents and lean-tos and whatever, you hear a,
Oh my gosh! Is that you guys?
and you turn around and there is a familiar-looking goblin. Not the one you were just talking to, but one that you spoke to a few weeks ago.
Keys, hello.
Yeah, hi. What are you doing here?
We're back.
Yeah, we're back. We're coming back this way up. We were in the desert for quite a while, and we're heading back south.
Oh, so you finished whatever you needed to do in the desert, or?
Yeah, we did
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
We fixed the river.
Oh,
We told you about that, right?
yeah, you did. Yeah, because like all of our water sources were fine, but you said they're like farther down south stream.
Doesn't matter. It's
Yeah,
not important.
anyway,
we fixed it.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Welcome to our camp, I guess. Were you guys... He sort of, like, looks over to all of the hustle and bustle around the food. Are you guys trying to get some food?
Yeah.
And
And maybe a bath.
hold on a minute. And he, like, walks over, and he, like, grabs one of the young goblins that's, like, running around, sort of, like, by their shoulder, and has them sort of put a whole bunch of skewers of meat and some other vegetable-type material in, like, a little basket, and he, like, comes back over you and, like,
Yeah, here's some food.
I hope you like, let's see what's in here. And he's sort of like rifling through it, like, there's some tubers and some onion and some ground squirrels. So, yeah, here you go.
Yeah. Kay like picks one up and is like,
Thank you. I mean, we're looking for, for this kind of thing while we're passing through, but we definitely want to know, what could we give in return to the camp? We don't want to just take your food and your hospitality.
No, it's fine. This is on me because I almost ran you over with my fire. It's totally fine. Sorry about that again. But yeah, it's
thanks.
fine. But yeah, if there are other things you want, like, yeah, we trade. I mean, if you've got like coin or you want to trade goods, like that's, yeah, we're sort of happy to take whatever. We're pretty easygoing folk, honestly.
you have a bath.
You want to like clean yourselves off?
Yeah.
You do look a little rough. Yeah.
I feel a little rough.
Yeah.
This one died. Cedric died in the time since you saw him, and we had to bring him back to life. So he smells extra rank because he smells dead.
Also, 2 dead people wore this armor before me. So
Yeah. See?
3 dead people in this armor. It's not all just me, is what I'm saying. Some of it's the armor.
He kind of like leans back a little.
Yeah, bringing up that someone was dead and brought back might not be the best thing to just throw out everywhere.
Yeah.
Have you
Nadia's
met
just
Kay?
silently
That's
giving
not how
him
she
that.
rolls.
Nadia's just silently giving him that I'm so sorry for them face.
I'm so sorry. Did you say he died?
Yeah, he got like nommed on by something. I wasn't there. I was unconscious
Oh.
and then woken
You
up
were
and he
there,
was like
actually.
already dead. Well, I wasn't really there. I got woken up after you were already dead.
know what?
So I'm not
This
sure
is
what
kind of
happened
a
to you,
long
but
story.
You look kind of beaten up, friend.
The part that's important right now is that you need to know there's another dwarf who may be in the area who's not a nice person.
We could like maybe have a meal and like update you on everything that's happened since the last time we saw you, because it's a lot.
Could do that.
Would you be interested in sharing a meal with us, or are you in the middle of something?
We
could have
cannot
baths
talk about
first.
the dying bit while eating, maybe.
Or we could, whatever.
If you're okay with that, we can do that too.
Kay is like trying to be polite, but is also really hungry. So she's like trying to like just pull little pieces of vegetable off and like sneak bites while the conversation is happening.
There's like a nice like flatbread with like what looks like sunflower seeds in it.
Yeah, so she's like,
I
mean, we do want to at least describe this other person to you, because we don't know exactly where he may have gone, and he was very not good, and I don't know what he might do if he came through here, and I don't know if he'd try to rob you or kidnap people, or I don't know what he might do.
Yeah, let's go sit over here. Because I have something I think I should tell you guys too. So yeah, let's go have a sit. So he sort of leads you over to just like a lean-to that seems to be unoccupied at the moment.
So I think we can say we sit and tell him all our stuff while we eat, and we can jump to whatever what he was gonna say.
so anyway, well, while you're gone.
Yeah.
Kay dumps it on him in 45 seconds.
Yeah. So I think like I mean, like, Cedric and Fletcher are, like, lots of dog panic happening in my office for some reason.
We're in the middle of a cacophonous Goblin Camp.
Yeah, exactly.
Noise is happening. Yeah.
Mood noise. Yeah, Cedric and Fletcher would be really familiar with this. Maybe Kay wouldn't so much, but, like, bringing people back from the dead via any means where they're not, like, an undead monstrosity is not really very common. Especially since the loss. So, like...
Yeah, that's one of those things that kind of needs a connection to the gods, so...
Yeah, so he's, like... He's really trying to just sort of, like, avoid that whole thing. And, like, honestly, he, like, sits as far away from Cedric as possible, because he's just, like, this is weird, and, like, yeah. You're muted?
You're muted, Nancy.
Sorry. I feel like Kay can kind of feel that energy, and she's like, he's not, like, bad. It's not like we brought him back from the dead doing any like creepy, I don't know, like magic-y puppety stuff, like this one like kind of crazy goblin knoll that we fought. Then she was like definitely like dead or undead, and her group was like undead. But Cedric is very much not dead, but also not undead, if that makes sense.
Sure.
I don't think I'm helping Cedric. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's not really important to the story.
When we spoke last time and I almost ran you over with my fire and whatever, one of the things you asked me about briefly was, like, really tall, orc people, I guess.
We just call them orcs.
Yeah.
Because most people are people, so...
Okay, yeah, so, like, I did meet some, yeah.
Oh.
Because you, like, yeah, you had, like, showed me, like, and he's, like, pointing at Fletcher. You had showed me, like, an eye, like, drawn in a book, and you said that the orcs had that. So I did meet some. There were, like, 3 of them, I think, and they had that on, like, you know, bag or on, like, a... you know, sash or whatever. Like, they weren't nasty, though. So, I wasn't sure if they were the same ones you were talking about, because you said that they were, like, mean or dangerous, but, like these guys didn't seem mean. They were just, like, looking for stuff.
Do you know what they were looking for? Did they ask about anything in particular, or?
They, like... I don't know. They wanted to tell me about their god, which, like, I mean, it's whatever.
Who's their god? What did they say? What's his name?
Something with a G. I don't know. Kind of a weird word, but
would I know?
Make a knowledge religion check.
It's just God.
Something with a G.
22.
22. Yeah, Cedric, you are familiar with a lot of the Pantheon, even though, Morden is, of course, the best.
Yeah,
a lot
obviously.
of orcs worship, to a greater or lesser extent, a deity called Grumsh. What's that face, Nancy?
It's a great name.
I mean, I'm not judging what anyone calls their religious deities, not at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's more creative than God. So they've got that going for them.
And Cedric, you do know that, like, the eye symbol is something that's, like, associated with Grumsh. So, like, that tracks for you.
Is Grumsh an evil god?
I'm diverting slightly here because I hate the sort of, like, black and white nature of good and evil in D&D because it's goofy.
Mm-hmm. Does Cedric believe that Grumsh is an evil god?
Probably.
Do the followers of Moradin consider Grumsh to be an evil god? Did he fight Moradin in the Third Age?
What is it?
Moradin striking him down with
you?
righteous fury and fire.
So Grumsh, like, there are some gods that are like this, sort of has like a, my people are exceptional and, should subdue or remove all other peoples from the world because, they are the true inheritors, yada, yada, yada. Like, I don't know if you want to call that evil, you can, but I bet you'd make some people mad at you, so...
Okay, yeah, all right, so he's just racist.
Cedric is, right on that,
Yeah, I mean, isn't it a matter of perspective?
Exactly.
I mean, is it more in any different than...
Right. That's, yes, both in and out of game.
It's kind of a spectrum, Like,
right.
Moradin's racist, but he doesn't think you should kill all the other races. Just that, they're just not as good. That's... He's racist, but not pro-genocide.
Right.
Like,
but has anyone killed people in his name?
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, I've everybody I've killed, basically, right?
Yeah, interesting perspective on things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kay shoves her face with another piece of bread.
Oh well, they didn't tell me that about their god, but yeah, they said that they had this like prophecy thing of some kind that told them to like look for some, I don't know, magic items of some kind, and that like something about gathering all those items was gonna make it so that they could like call their god back. I don't know, like the gods are gone, right? So I mean, they're just people following their religion, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, they were just looking for stuff, magic stuff, but we didn't have any things they were looking for. They asked us if we wanted to like team up and help them out, but like our clan is pretty, like, we're pretty happy the way we operate, so we told them no thanks, and I mean, they just kind of moved on, so.
Did they say where they were from?
No.
Did you get the vibe that they were like Arda locals?
No. That's not a kind of person that I've ever seen around here. I mean, maybe they're from some other part of the continent, I don't know, but like not from... I'd never heard of an orc until you guys mentioned him to me, so...
What kind of magic items were they looking for?
He wasn't...
Like a specific thing or just a kind of thing?
No, they were looking for some specific things, but he didn't give me like exactly what they were. They just kind of wanted to know if, they could look at like, did we have magic items and whatever, and like, of course we do. We've got somebody who makes them, but like, none of them were what he was looking for, so...
Did they say anything about temples?
No, I don't think so. I mean, maybe there was something in there, but all the religious stuff he was telling me, I kind of tuned that part out, but yeah.
Did they say anything about where they were going next, or do you remember like what direction they headed in? Just to see, to see if we might run into them as we keep going the direction we're headed.
I think they went east. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. I mean, I'm glad we were both able to tell each other about people we might potentially encounter.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for that guy. Although if he can turn into animals, it might be hard to keep an eye out for him. I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, but good to be wary about him for sure. Well, dude, that's all. Well, Kay, Cedric, Nautia, do you have any more questions? I don't want to keep you any longer than we need to, Keys, and I think we're, especially Kay, very ready to get a bath if we can.
Oh, yeah, I mean, if you want a bath, you could probably talk to Thoys. She's kind of, and he like points, she's over in that direction. You'll know she's around because you'll see all the, oh my gosh, all the kids everywhere. But yeah, if you talk to Thoys, she should probably be able to help you with like a bath or whatever else, domestic type stuff that you need. Yeah.
That girly stuff.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you, Hees.
Yeah, no problem. I'll see you around if you're hanging out in the camp for a while. But, yeah. So he gets up and leaves you to finish your food or do whatever else.
Yeah, it seems like, we just want to get cleaned up and maybe
find some armor.
And maybe while we're bathing, if they have, I'm guessing it sounds like Thoys is involved in whoever would also be doing like laundering. So all of our like cloth based things could also be laundered while we wash, and just take care of those kinds of like basic things. Find out what tents we could like, not be in the way in if we took for the night, and just hand people some money since we're in the way in their camp. So probably a pretty simple day.
Yeah, I can also trade water. I can do a create water if that's a thing that they value, which I assume if they're out on the plains, that's probably another valuable thing, right?
Maybe not nearly as much as it was in the desert, but
yeah, but the Miriam did.
Did they?
Miriam did, because they did like rain barrels or something.
Yeah, they had rain barrels, so yeah.
Because I feel like we traded for them too. I don't remember though.
I don't think you traded water with them. I think the Thrycreen was the first time we talked about like converting.
Oh,
water
that may have
into
been.
trade
Yeah.
goods.
Okay. Yeah.
We have lots of group gold, so we could easily leave gold for them. Yeah, I don't think we have to be too worried about that.
So,
do we feel like even acting out all those things, or if there's services that are available, do we just
yeah, if you're going that way, so you see this frazzled looking goblin woman surrounded by no less than 30 children of various ages.
Wow, that sounds terrible.
But you notice, as you see this, swarm of children, in various, near proximity to her, and, one or two other women that you see sort of, helping her out, you realize that, you hadn't seen kids in other parts of the camp. So you get the impression that this might be, a communal childcare thing.
All here.
Yeah, every single child from the entire camp under a certain age is here. But yeah, she's able to help you acquire bathing and laundering type amenities. So yeah.
And then I guess my only question is, how much money do we want to leave for them for these things, so I can take it out of our group gold?
How much does it cost?
For those just basic services, I would think even 10 or 15 gold would be a lot.
That's way more than, yeah.
I would think leaving 10 gold should help us be in a good position for like everything that we want to do in the camp, like for the whole day and night.
Yes. Yeah, that's very generous. Yeah.
Okay. The other thing we maybe, or that I might be interested in, is he's mentioned they have somebody who does enchant things in this camp. I don't know if we want to investigate that to see what kind of enchantments they do here to potentially get some unique things done with our items. If other people are interested in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and also armor, maybe, potentially.
Oh, maybe armor. Yeah, so maybe armor first, so you have it, and then you can see if there's something else you want to add into it.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good.
That makes sense. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So how would you like to go about acquiring or investigating those things?
I mean, I'll go with Cedric with the armor since I'm the parent with all the group gold. So
Okay.
I feel like Kay would just kind of like wander around and just observe stuff and maybe sit down.
it's a good time to safely wander and not have to think about anything for once and just be like,
Yeah.
just exist. Like,
I mean, you're definitely like a point of curiosity for all of these people who are shorter than you and, you know, haven't seen someone who looks quite like you before, but like it's not like they're not nice about it. They just like there are a lot of eyes on you as you wander around, but you know.
lots of people to talk to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nautia, did you have a plan?
I don't know. Is Kay giving off like I want to be alone vibes, or is it like
She's like pretty open. She's not in a moody teenager mood, if that's what you're asking.
yeah? If you're sort of wandering off, then I think I'd go with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then let's cut to the boys. How are you going about investigating armor, magic items, whatever?
I'm just gonna head towards where I hear the sound of hammering.
Okay. Give me a perception check and see how good you are at finding your way through this. Like again, it's like super densely packed and there's no rhyme or reason. Like the paths just go every which way. Like it's not in a grid system or something like that. So you kind of have to
Because the
wait
camp
around.
just gets like put up wherever they're stopping, and so everyone just sets
Exactly.
everything up. So it's probably in a different place every time they stop somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
It's like pops up
For
somewhere.
sure. Yeah.
My dwarf senses are tingling. I got a 17 plus 7.
Woohoo!
24.
Yeah, you beeline it to where you can hear the sound of hammering. And you can see, again, there's like a lean-to, kind of like the kitchen one. So it's a little bigger than a lot of the other structures. And there is a young female goblin working on, you know, a piece of metal on what looks, it's not exactly the same shape as like the anvil that you might be used to, but it's serving the same purpose. And you can see, you know, a coal forge type setup behind her. Yeah, she's hammering away, and that's the sound that you followed to get here.
All right. Does she have any wares on display, or what is she built? What is she working on right now?
She's working on just like, it looks like, you know, she's making more of those little like spear points. There is other stuff out. Yeah. And you can see that like her lean-to is kind of next to, another big lean-to where there's another, female goblin working on other kinds of crafts. And so between them, there's kind of this like area where they've got a bunch of stuff spread out. So it looks like they might work together on things sometimes when the collaboration is needed to like mix materials and whatever. Yeah.
I mean, she's very clearly working. I don't want to interrupt. You know, she's got irons in the fire. So I want to like just walk up to like the table or like there's the joint craft area and just kind of like I want to look at the wares and kind of try and evaluate quality.
Okay. Yeah, give me are you looking for something in particular, or are you just trying to make like a general appraise check kind of thing?
I'm looking. I'm specifically armor. I'm interested in trying to acquire some more armor. But I across the board, I'm just curious about their abilities with metal.
Okay. Yeah, give me a general appraise check and we'll see what you find out about her capabilities.
Now I guess stone cutting wouldn't work on this.
Ooh. No.
Nope. I do get a +2 for stone and metal, so that brings it up to a 6.
Oh, there's metal stuff out here and looks okay, especially for embarrassing. Especially for the fact that they're mobile. It seems good. You don't see any like metal armor, like no like scale mail or plate or whatever, but there's like studded leather and stuff like that, and that includes metal components.
Okay. Yeah, studded leather. All right. I guess Fletcher, I guess I agreed to pick up some replacement studded leather or something. I could wear that and then I could give this back to Kay or it's a reasonable enough replacement. Right? Is that good enough? I don't see a breastplate or anything like that.
Well, I don't think Kay was expecting it back as soon as possible. If there's nothing you want here, we'll have, once we're back to New Seychelles, you'll have a lot more time to get something made for you versus we're only here for a night, and I don't think you'll really be able to get some custom armor made while we're staying here. If there's anything small though that might benefit you, I don't see a reason why you couldn't go for something smaller. Or we could pick up something that might benefit Kay, so it's at least a replacement until she can get the studded armor that you're wearing. There's some like bracers or something.
Ooh, yeah, like those leather bracers that like archers wear or something. Does she have any of those? We could get her something like that.
I don't actually know how armor works in D&D because I picked armor 2 years ago when we did this the first time, and you were like, they wear leather armor, and I was like, cool. So I have no idea what comes in the leather armor kit, other than I'm assuming
it's like all of the pieces. So you have like leather bracers and a leather jerkin and like leather things that you strap on kind of like over the different segments of your legs and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. I don't actually know.
So we don't know. Well, so that means Kay is proficient in light armor types, and that's it.
I think it might only be light. Let me check to be completely certain.
Yeah, and heavier might actually interfere with roguey things.
Yeah, but there are, because then we would at least know if there's another.
She's proficient with light armor, but not shields. Yeah.
Okay.
Is studded leather light armor?
Yeah, so
so there's better versions of light armor that we could provide, get something for you.
Right. Yeah, so the light armor includes
padded leather, studded leather, and chain.
Exactly.
It's like
but there's
chain,
no
like chainmail.
Chain is light.
There's no heavy armor. You do see.
It's not chain mail.
It's just a shirt.
It's a shirt of chain. Like, so it's not chain mail. It's a lighter version.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Chain mail counts as medium. They have padded leather, studded leather, and also hide, and hide is medium armor. But they don't have. There's not like armor that is entirely metal. Like she makes metal items, obviously, but like it seems like maybe like metal armor isn't super practical for a lot of types of people, so, that's not
Sure,
something
fair
that
enough.
she prioritizes using her, metal on, it looks like. But
The hide armor at least would be an upgrade for me, right? Like,
yeah, I think so.
yeah.
Yeah.
As you two are having this discussion, though, the woman who's in sort of like the non-metal crafting side sort of looks up and smiles and is like, "Can I help you?"
Hi. Yeah. My name's Cedric. This is Fletcher. We're travelers. This is our first time here. And I'm actually in need of some new armor. I got used to wearing kind of a little bit heavier armor than this, and this is actually on loan from a friend. So I heard, honestly, I heard the anvil, and I thought I'd wander over here and see what you guys had, and if you had anything that was a little bit more robust than this. Just because I just really hate getting stabbed. And so
I always think I know what the NPC is going to say, and then you guys say something like that, and I have to completely rethink their reaction.
I would love to see like Cedric's online dating profile where it's like dislikes, getting stabbed,
getting eaten, dying.
Also me, apparently. Yeah.
Likes. Rat, formerly. Now,
Yeah.
just vegetables.
Yeah. Just vegetables, sad face. Moradin. Hammer emoji.
Thank you for giving out a gift sub, Teal. We appreciate it. Yay. So she's like, that sounds like a nice friend to loan you their armor. Yeah, we have a whole bunch of stuff. Were you looking for something in particular? You said a little heavier, more protective.
Yeah. Like I don't know if you guys go in for the whole scale plate level of protection. I know it's pretty heavy.
I'm not familiar with those kinds of armor, but I mean, you could talk to Wuxie and see if she knows how to make those.
All right. Thanks. Should we just kind of hang out till she's got a moment, or I don't want to interrupt her flow?
She just hops up and walks over and taps who she called Wuxie on the shoulder, and she looks up from what she's doing. Hi. You wanted armor?
Yeah. Potentially. I'm in the market for a more robust piece, perhaps scale or plate or something like that.
I don't really make those. It's loud and hot and kind of cumbersome. But I mean, there's the armor that I put metal studs on there, so that's pretty protective. Or Verk's made some armor out of hides that's a little thicker and more protective than the regular leather. So I don't know. Is that?
Nope. That seems real practical for the kind of lifestyle y'all got going on here. That makes a lot of sense. I do kind of a different thing, so I just thought I'd ask.
Yeah. You're traveling around, I guess.
Yeah. Sorry. My name's Cedric. This is Fletcher. Yeah, we're travelers. Explorers. Evil fighters. That kind of thing. And
yeah, I feel like that kind of goes where I was with my question. Yeah. Have you, or would you want to look at Verks and Icht and I? There's some magic items that we've made that, I mean, if you're looking for extra protection, I don't know if that's the kind of thing you're looking for, if you just want like regular armor, but like we've got that too. So
That sounds perfect. Yeah, we'd love to head there next. Yeah, can you just point us in the right direction? We'll leave you alone.
I mean, we've got all the stuff here.
Oh, it's here. Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let me
Also,
boop, boop,
also, I mean, OOC to
Yeah.
Peter. If you want to just get like a set of studded leather to just replace what you have, so you and Kay have both until we're back in town, it doesn't cost that much, and we can do that. So then you both have. So then Kay has better armor than what she currently has, and you don't lose anything.
Mhm.
So like that would be totally okay, and we can do that.
Absolutely. Yeah, that
Yeah.
works. That works for me. Yeah.
Okay.
I am
that
putting the
Out
list.
of character. That is a good plan that I am
Yeah.
on board with, and I was kind of thinking that already. But
So like Fletcher could bring
Cedric
that
had-
up and be like it makes sense that they're not making big pieces of metal out here,
Yeah.
and they're working mainly with like hides and things. So we can
Yeah.
get a set of that so that everybody is like good to go.
I just put the list of magic items they have for sale in the Discord, so you can read at your pleasure.
awesome. I will.
Get on Discord.
Yeah. No, I'm looking at it right now.
We've got some good stuff.
Yeah.
There's one item on there in particular that I thought you all might be interested in and probably fight over, except for Nautia.
Oh my god.
Did you see it? Is that what you're saying? Oh my god about? No, that's what Ryan's laughing at. Yeah. For the audience, one of the things on the list are boots of landing. While wearing these boots, you will always land on your feet, no matter how far you fall, and take 2 fewer dice of damage from the fall.
Wow.
I thought that might
that's
be
fancy.
something that the party might be interested in.
It's so expensive.
It's a magic item.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who falls the most though?
Oh no, we can't afford any of the magic items.
Really?
So
Well, not with the money you have, but you've got other stuff too.
Yeah, we'd have to trade in addition to.
Like, could we like take the boots off and then like pull them up the rope, and then the next person could put them on,
No.
and then they go down, and we like haul them up the.
No, you
haul
have to
them
have
up the
been
rope.
been wearing them for a while in order to, yeah.
I assume, yeah, like attunement works the same way in 3.5. that it does
Kind
in
of.
5, right?
Like, I mean, like, there's not like attunement, like, what, in 5th edition you can attune 3 items and you can have whatever other magic items. This is more like you just, like, everything, like, you have to have had it for a little while. But in 3.5, you have slots on your body, so, like, you can have one thing on your head slot and one thing on your throat slot, and you can have 2 rings, and you can have one thing on your shoulder slot, etc., etc. So yeah, there aren't like attunement slots. You just have to have like spent an adequate amount of
Oh no.
oh no,
We lost
an
Cindy.
adequate amount of time with the magic item in order to receive its benefits. Hello.
Welcome back.
We're having a fun internet night tonight is what we're having.
Yay.
Hey guys.
Hey everybody.
Hello.
Yay, everybody's back in the right order. No worries. Anyway,
All right,
yeah.
well,
Just
maybe
leave me at
we
the
can
end.
discuss magic items like on the break or something like that.
Mhm.
We don't.
yeah, but we could definitely get you fitted for a set of studded leather armor that they have.
Let's do that. How much is this?
Wait, so I'm sorry, I'm confused again. Is the studded leather armor better than the hide armor?
Wait.
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
Let me
then why
look
would
at the stats on these again.
is it?
Studded leather and
No, it's-
hide will give you the same.
But with studded leather, you have a higher maximum dex bonus. So that's
Exactly.
good for roguish people, and it has a lower armor check penalty for things that
Exactly.
take armor check penalties because it's
Oh,
light
I
armor
see.
versus medium armor. So the weight is different.
Right.
So you
Okay.
get the same protection, but better benefits of going with the hide on the other things that would affect a rogue.
Right.
So the studded leather, you get better defense, and it doesn't as greatly impact your dex and the other like things that are important to you.
But
Okay,
hide
because
is
I was
cheaper.
wondering.
Yeah,
right,
it
because
is
I was
cheap.
wondering
Yeah.
like you wanted to
Hide
like
is cheaper.
upgrade Cedric to hide, and then he would give the stud leather. That's why I was confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
no, he
so
wouldn't-
hide wouldn't be
yeah.
an upgrade. It would be a downgrade. But
Oh,
it would
okay.
be like, I mean, it would be okay because, I mean,
I guess technically for Cedric, hide, because you don't have as high of a dex bonus anyway, it wouldn't actually be negative for you.
Except
So you
that
could
a
wear-
lot of the things you guys do are athletic type skills that then he gets an armor check penalty to, like swimming and climbing and
Yeah, it is an extra
Yeah.
-2 to those things versus the
Mm.
studded leather.
I
We
mean,
can just
as
do
long
studded
as-
leather.
yeah, as long as Daddy Purse Strings is okay with the extra 10 gold cost.
daddy purse strings. Amazing.
Yeah, we can do the studded leather.
Cool. I mean, I'm sure we could sell it in New Chester. Like, I don't know. Maybe Casper
Yeah.
would buy it. We could be like, hey, this is genuine goblin crafted studded leather armor. Maybe that's cool. Maybe he'd be interested in that. I don't know.
Yeah, you'll be able to just trade it up and get at least probably a couple gold, maybe. Yeah.
It's authentic adventurer used. Maybe that's worth something.
Oh man, they're gonna start selling autographed tchotchkes in town. This baseball.
All right, so we're gonna get a set of studded leather,
Okay,
and then
that's
Kay and I
25
can
gold.
figure all that out.
Cool. And Wuxie's like, can I help you with anything else?
I think that's it for today. Cedric, you're happy with your armor. For the magical items, well, I mean, we have 2 more people who came with us into camp. I think we would have to discuss more with them about what you have on offer.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely take the leather armor, the
Totally,
studded leather
yeah,
armor.
No problem. That's fine.
So I'll hand over the 25 gold.
Sweet. Thanks.
And
Thanks.
so
You're sure there wasn't something else you needed from someone who works with metal?
I mean, clearly there was.
We talked about it earlier. You weren't sure if they
Oh,
had
there's the
it.
whole thing
Did
where
we talk about it in? Is it
Wait.
part of the concentration
well,
materials?
you want to ask? One other thing. It's not buying anything, but do you do any work with ores? Do you extract metals out of ores or do anything? We have a whole bunch of silver ore that we're looking to process or see if we can do something with, because we have a use. We have something we want to use the silver for, but we just have the ore.
Oh, yeah. I've got... Yeah, and she leads you back to... She has set up a bed of bone ash where you can cupulate, I don't know how to pronounce the word, cupulate your silver ore to remove the lead and other impurities. Science! I looked up how to extract silver from its ore so that we could be like, look, we're gonna do it correctly. Ores that contain both lead and silver are refined by a process called cupellation, which is like super duper old, like 2500 BC old. So you heat it over a bed of bone ash until the impurities get like absorbed into the bone ash, and then you just have the silver left over.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I guess do we know? Wait, how much of ore did we bring back? How many? What was the poundage of ore that we brought?
I didn't
I don't remember.
have it in poundage. I know we tried to do math last time about how much it weighs.
Yeah, that was all a mess.
you tried to do
so-
stoichiometry last time.
Well,
I
It was
didn't.
great.
Peter did.
I succeeded
Peter
at doing
did.
stoichiometry last time. I was just trying to figure out how much silver was in the silver ore per weight, but I don't know how much total weight of ore we have.
You have enough to do more than you need 5 pounds of silver.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you
I thought
have.
we had like 20 pounds or something. I
You
don't
have
know
like a
why.
lot of ore, so yeah, you have enough to get at least 5 pounds of silver. Yeah.
So I guess how much if we want to use your services on this ore that we have, how much would that run for you to process the ore for us? We don't really plan on leaving until tomorrow to keep journeying, so it's not, it wouldn't have to necessarily start immediately.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, do you want me to tend it, or like, I don't know, do you? Like, does
he
anyone
probably
know what you're
can.
doing? Do you know
And
what
I
you're
point
doing?
to Cedric.
Do I know how to do this?
Let's do.
I mean,
one
you're a
of your-
dwarf.
Yeah, you have what? You have like craft stone and metal as one of your skills, don't
That's
you?
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's see. How confident do you feel in doing it yourself?
Yeah, you're gonna have to roll for it. Just know
yeah.
that instead of having her do it, we could just pay her to do it.
All right. Can I use there's an available advantage from a listener, right?
I believe there are actually 2 right now. Yeah.
I'm gonna use one of them.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, you're deciding that yes, you are going to be the one to cupulate?
Yes.
I don't know. Okay, you're gonna do it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then she's like,
Cedric is confident in his skills.
yeah, I mean, if you wanna,
I am not.
like, if you feel like you know what you're doing, just, like, don't, like, mess up my stuff, I guess, but, yeah, I mean, if you want, like, a gold piece or something in trade, I mean, if you've got, like, you want to give me, like, some of the silver that you're not planning on using, or you've got something else that I could use in my trade, that'd be cool, but, like, yeah, I mean, as long as you don't mess up my stuff, I'm not, like, super picky. Don't mess up my stuff.
We could definitely leave you some silver from what we get out of this. I think that's only fair.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, just don't mess up my stuff.
Okay.
But she has all of the tools and paraphernalia you need in order to cupulate. I'm just gonna keep saying it until I say it correctly.
Does that mean I have artisan's tools? Roll 20 is asking me if I have tools.
Huh?
To do a craft
Who's
check.
asking you if you have tools? What?
Roll 20.
Oh.
Those would have been in your starting.
But
Well, I mean,
because
yes,
I'm
she's-
using
wouldn't they?
her
Like
tools.
if you had
Yes,
something.
you're using her tools, so yes, you have that
okay.
available to you. Is that a
Okay.
thing? That's not a thing in 3.5. There's no, like, tool advantage or whatever. Why is it asking you that?
I don't know.
Maybe there's a tool advantage and I just am unaware.
The first roll I got a 9, and the second roll I got a 20. Dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Nice.
After that appraise check, I was just like, oh
Thank
my god,
you
they're gonna
for
kick
the
him out of being a
reroll.
dwarf.
Cool. Yeah, thank you
Thank
for the reroll. Yeah, so you are, I mean, it's going to take you a while. It's not something that you can just, like, boom, and you're done. Like, you're going to
Oh
be
yeah, I
here
was assuming
for...
this was just like the rest of my
Yeah,
day
pretty
and
much.
night.
But you are...
Yeah, I'm assuming I'm just leaving him there.
Bye!
I'm like, I'm gonna go find Kay and Nautia.
So you're just, like, awkwardly standing there, Cedric, while the 2 goblin girls go back to what they were doing. And there's, like, the hubbub of the camp around you, and you're just tending the ore while it, refines.
Yeah, I feel like what really happened was Fletcher left, and I was standing here for like a minute, like being like, all right, I think I know what I need to do, and then being like, oh man, the ore. And then like having to go find the wagon back with everybody else, and like and then like unload everybody else's stuff, and just be like, hey, yeah, can you guys set up the tent for me and everything like that, and then like taking the wagon full of the barrel of ore to back over to the blacksmith shop. And
Yeah.
then,
Also, I did look it up. So yes, if you are trying to do something to, if you're trying to do some sort of crafting like this, and if you don't have the tools at all, you can't do the job. And if you have to improvise tools, you get a -2 penalty, which honestly is not that severe considering that they're improvised tools. But you had them, which means you get to roll.
okay, all right,
cool.
cool. So it's just no penalty. That makes sense. Yeah, it's the thing that popped up seemed to imply that like if you had masterwork tools, you got some kind of bonus or something
Interesting.
like that.
Okay. Neat.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's what Cedric is up to. Kay and Nautia were wandering around the camp. Are you doing anything else while you wander?
I mean, I wasn't planning on it. I was just like taking it all in and feeling nice that we're not being actively murdered for a change.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else y'all want to do with this day, or are we just sort of fast forwarding to night or the next
I
morning?
don't think there was really anything else unless Fletcher wanted to. I mean, we're gonna basically off-screen talk about the magic items, I think.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, that was the only other thing I was thinking of doing, and we got the list, and we'd have to trade a lot of things to be able to afford any of those right
I mean,
now.
you have a lot of shinies.
And we have a lot of magic items that when we get back in town, I was planning on trying to figure out, like working with the people
Yeah.
in town who can help us identify them, since I don't have the equipment needed to do that while we've been out. So it might be before we know what we have, probably a little rash to try to trade it in for other things, because we could have something really good.
Valid.
So I don't think I was going to pursue anything more here, because it sounds like, and like if I want, I was thinking about getting enchantments for like just like the clothing I wear to see if there's any kind of like additional bonus I can get. But I'm gonna wait till we're back in New St. Chester for that. Like I'm not worried about that right now.
Sounds good.
I guess maybe seeing that they're a little closer to my size than other folks we have run into, I would probably just pick up like a cloak that's not the bright white of the wrap that I've been wearing.
Oh, right, because you were, in the desert. You had that cloak you got from the scorpion folk.
Yeah. Pick up something a little more practical.
Yeah, I mean, if it's something super simple like that, it's like, a few copper pieces, so.
Yep. Oh, that's probably something I even have, so there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay. Are we fast forwarding to the next morning then? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. How much? What's the like silver result from what Cedric was doing?
Yeah. So you wind up with like 6.5, almost 7 pounds of silver out of all of that ore, which is pretty good. You did a nice job. I mean, like, Woxie was definitely there to help you, but you did it mostly on your own and really nicely with that dirty 20. So, yeah, you have everything you need, and you need it to be powdered, right? So, like, she helps you accomplish that with all of the ore that you need to be powdered. But yeah, did you say you were just going to give her the rest of it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And she's just pleased that you didn't mess up her stuff.
I'm curious to know what would have happened if he had messed up her stuff. Immediately kicked out of the Goblin Camp, never to return.
She'd just yell, and they, like, all of a sudden you wouldn't see Cedric anymore. There'd be so many goblins, like, all around and on top of him, just like... swarmed.
I imagine this is like the kind of work that, like, I don't know, Cedric really hasn't done in a really long time. So it's kind of very like nostalgic, almost. And he's incredibly pleased that he feels like he did a good job at it. Like, this is the first time that he's done something that felt dwarvish in a while. So it was very meditative. Feels good to just be next to a hot fire for a really long time. Sweat.
And the sound
he smells even worse now. Than
yeah, exactly. You definitely take the bath after you're done working. But yeah, the sound of her, hammering things on her little anvil is very comforting as well. So yeah, like the whole thing, like you're definitely in kind of an overwhelming camp. But yeah, that little bubble is,
Yeah, everything else kind of fades away, and it just kind of feels like home.
Aw, nice. All right, so next morning-ing?
I would think. Well, so we wake up and we're like eating. Cedric, we have the silver now. You wanted to try to get rid of this ailment we have going on. I feel like we should move outside the camp to do that, just so we can have whatever space you need, and we're not doing something in here where people are living. But I think it's totally worth trying it before we try to move on anywhere.
Actually, I think it might work better if we did it if we can curry a little bit more of a favor with the blacksmith's name is Wuxia, is that right?
Woxie, yeah.
Woxie. If Woxie will lend us her forge for another minute, it's
I see. Mm-hmm.
I know what you're going for.
Yeah, it's
An altar or
I don't know if
shrine.
I've mentioned this to you guys, but the forge is kind of a metaphorical kind of special thing for Moradin. So having the forge and the anvil might it's kind of representative of the primordial fires and Moradin forging our souls and a lot of different things. But anyways, I feel like this is an area I think I can bless.
Yeah, I'm down.
Easily.
Yeah, then we should probably get over and ask her as soon as we can, so it's before she's really into her work for the day, probably, so we don't interrupt everything, and probably also drop her a couple more gold for delaying her day. But if that's what you need, then yeah.
I'm sure I would have mentioned this to her the night before, actually.
I would
while we were
assume
working
so.
together.
Yeah.
You spent a long time working in the same area.
Yeah, so again, it's one of those where she's like, it's kind of weird. I'm sure, I guess. Yeah, just, I mean, you have to do what with the silver dust?
Basically, I'm just gonna kind of sprinkle it around your forge, and then just basically use Moradin's fire to basically consume it and bless the area. Moradin's a forge god, so blessing your forge would. I mean, he'll only do good things for a forge. He's very pro forge.
Blessing on a goblin forge.
Oh, okay. I mean, sure. Yeah, it's as long as it's not going to do anything weird, I guess. Sure.
No. Yeah. All right. Thanks. Yeah, you can watch if you want.
I'm good. Just don't mess up my stuff.
All right.
I like that. That's her tagline. That could be on a T-shirt. Just don't mess up my stuff.
So real though. It's so
Right?
real though.
Like
That
a craftsperson?
oh my god.
Yeah, just don't touch anything.
Right.
Because
Can
it's
I borrow
where I
your
need it to be.
Yeah.
Can I borrow your fabric shears?
Can I borrow your tools?
Ah!
That are absolutely critical to
No,
your
you
entire
cannot
thing?
use my fabric scissors.
No,
Cindy.
straight up no. I know you're not cut. If you need to cut fabric, I will cut the fabric for you.
Exactly.
You're fine.
Yep.
What do you need done?
I've just got a bunch of rope that I need.
No. Go get a box cutter.
Oh, I have a box full of shit shears over here. Go for it.
Yeah. Yep. Anyway.
So, yeah. I'm gonna I take my warhammer and I set it on top of the anvil. I think mechanically, I take all of the so I get some of the water from my I bless some water, and I basically take all of the silver dust, mix it together in the bucket that she's using to quench her tools.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got this kind of sparkly tornado of silver dust going in the water, and
Okay.
pump the forge up so that it's going really, really fast, and then dump all of the water into the forge, which would normally cause the forge to break and explode everywhere, but it's just there's a kind of a quick burst of and basically all the water's just consumed. There's no steam, it just burns up.
It's a good thing she's not watching, because she would have yelled.
Yeah. I think that's mechanically what happens.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, the of steam comes out of the forge as you all watch, and it's interesting. There's It's that impression, you know, like when you're trying to look at stars in the night sky, and like if you try to look directly at them, like sometimes they kind of disappear and you have to kind of look at them out of the corner of your vision. So there's this sort of like ephemeral sparkle in the air, like all of the silver dust is in the air, but you know, it's not like you can't like see it straight on, and you can't like catch it in your hands or anything. It's just that like the air in this area now has this kind of like shimmer to it. And it is a 20-foot radius. So like actually a lot of the Goblin Camp is now blessed in this way, because like a 20-foot radius is like a lot. But yeah, here centered on Woxie's Forge, you now have a consecrated area for the next 8 hours.
All right. As soon as that's done, I don't think there's any kind of like additional ceremony. I'm just gonna like walk up to each of them and cast Cure Light Wounds on them. Just see if it has any extra kick to it.
Okay.
Should I roll for that?
Yeah, who are you trying to heal first?
Fletcher.
Okay. You ready for some healing that hurts, Fletcher?
Did not see you raise your hand.
Oh.
Oh, okay, fine. I think this is fair, very fair. Who wants to go first?
Oh.
All right. Come, let me put my sweaty dwarf hands on you.
Ooh, wow, can I immediately change my answer?
Okay, how many...
And he doesn't say that out loud. He's just very apparent.
Right, yeah. How many special points of damage did you have?
3.
3.
The Doom Camels kicked my ass. I mean, I did try and ride once.
You did.
Yeah.
Lesson learned.
So just double checking. That's it's a D8 plus 4. So I'm not even gonna roll for that.
Yeah, because it's gonna be, and yeah, in fact, he does come up, and his healing that hurts a little bit touches you, and all of that injury from the Doom Camels is no more.
Oh, thanks, man. It actually worked. I'm like impressed. Yeah. I feel a lot better.
Me too, honestly. Like I'm really glad that worked.
It would have been awful if I made you waste 5 pounds of silver for nothing.
I know.
I love how we all like. I love how we all were like, but she probably might.
Yeah. I wouldn't have been completely shocked. All right, Nautia, Fletcher.
I'm the bad guy.
Who wants to go next?
I just need one. I can go.
All right. I'm just gonna give you a little boop. Cure moderate wounds then.
Minor, not moderate.
Minor.
Yeah. That's just one, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing. That's the best. Oh my god, you can actually use it for something.
Yeah.
I know.
It's just a little pick-me-up.
All right, Fletcher. How big is that unhealed wound you've got?
3 HP worth. Big.
oh yeah. That's a nasty
HP
little gash right
big.
there. Let's give you a little
Camel
cure
bite.
wounds. Yeah. All right. And then because I've got 6, I'm gonna actually roll for myself. So we'll see. This would be. I'm gonna also have to do a cure minor wounds on myself.
5
in
plus
addition,
1.
just to
rolled a
get back
1 on
full.
your cure wounds, huh?
on
Sweet.
myself. Hey, it's been a long day. All right, I'm very worn out. I
It's
just healed everybody and melted a bunch of silver and then consecrated a forge.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's Cedric dice luck. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, y'all have been healed of your special damage from the Doom Camels and Doom Lizards, which is amazing. It also feels like an awesome time for us to take our halfway break. So we're gonna go take a bio break, get more refreshments, bribe the dogs with chicken so they don't bark at the fireworks, all that good stuff. You can take a break too. And we'll see you back here real soon. Bye. Hi, everybody. We're back. Took a little bit of a break. I got some water. Talked about magic items and how expensive things are. And now we're here again. Hello.
Hello.
All right.
Hello.
So you have consecrated Woxie's forge for the next 7.5 hours, and you have healed everyone of their doom damage. What would you like to do now? Don't everybody speak at once.
We gonna buy these boots?
Not a bad idea.
We can. Who is going to wear them?
Mm-hmm.
Take turns.
That's what I suggested, and Sheryl said we couldn't do that.
Well, I mean, you could like
Did you
trade
have
them
to-
off over like one person can wear them one day and one person can wear them the next day, but you can't trade them off on over the course of one vertical surface challenge. Like that's nah.
Like somebody falls, they're okay. Toss the boots up to the other person so that they can fall.
Mm-hmm.
Have we
I feel
actually
like-
said out loud what the boots are for people who aren't looking at the
Yes,
list?
I
we're
read them
looking
out
at?
loud because like of all of the things on the list, that's the one that I thought y'all might most want. It's also the least expensive.
Yeah.
Well, they're also you read what they do, but they're also blue.
Oh yes, I forgot they're
Blue
blue.
leather.
I'm so sorry.
I think
I feel like
Nautia
Cedric
probably
should wear
doesn't
them.
need them.
Yeah, Nadia is
I
the
do
only way
not.
she can fly. Cedric is our
Okay.
healer, so if he falls and face plants and is dead, and also is like a negative to all of his athletics.
It just rolls bad in general.
And yes.
These are all extremely good arguments.
Mm-hmm.
Cedric has more HP to survive a fall, though.
It's true. Do we have anything of value worth trading? I don't have anything. of
You have
value.
shinies.
We do, but
Got a bunch of shiny rocks.
I have a shiny not ammonite fossil rock. Kay like presents her rock to Cedric. I found
that
this.
is-
It has stuff in it.
Yeah. I remember looking at that forever ago. I probably don't know anything more about it now than I did then.
Yeah, but this person might.
That's true. She mentioned that there was another goblin in camp that does the enchanting. Maybe ask them. His name started with a V.
Verx was the craftsperson that originally spoke to you. Ict is the one who makes magic items. I'll let you guess how you spell that one.
I did guess.
How did you guess?
ICT.
Probably wrong. What was that?
How did you guess?
What'd you say, Peter?
ICT. Ict.
Same.
YKT.
I feel like I was leaning into the German here, I guess.
Thanks, fantasy name generator.
Yeah, fancy name.
YKT.
Take what you think it is and change
Ict.
everything that can be changed.
Yeah, you have a, let's see. Yeah, you found, Kay looted a bunch of rocks from the mine.
Mhm.
And you also found rocks in the backpack where Kay got her lightning stick. Gesundheit. Woo!
Okay. Bring those rocks out here. Let's get them appraised.
Kay like she like looks at her backpack and then like pulls out a pouch and just dumps the pouch upside down into Cedric's hands. It's like a pile of rocks.
All right, what do you want to look at? One's from the mine, one's from that bag that you found in the stone teeth.
Yes.
Are they all mixed together? They're all mixed together.
Oh, they're definitely all mixed together.
Okay, so you've got a bunch of milky, bright green stones with subtle white veinations. You've got rocks with plain-looking exteriors that have one end cut to reveal concentric rings of different shades of pink. You have rough, squarish, or rectangular crystals that are kind of purple-brown. You have rough rock matrix with rectangular off-white crystals. You have the galena. You have a single beautiful teal colored gem that is like really clear, like it doesn't have very many inclusions or anything. You have some obsidian, and you have the black onyx that you yoinked off of the door.
Oh yeah.
Hey, literally just like piles rocks into your hand. She's like, wait, hold on. I think I shoved someone completely random. She's like mixing around her bag, like, oh wait, yeah, it like fell in between the lining. Yeah, here it is. Pulls it out, plops it on the pile.
Amazing.
Wuxie, are you or anyone else in this camp interested in buying
Rocks,
stones, or potentially
Yeah.
of different kinds?
Yeah. I mean, between the two of us, I'm sure we'd use them for something, yeah.
All right, here's what we've got.
Okay.
the teal one is really pretty.
It is. That one's super pretty. I mean, yeah, like, what were you... Did you tell her that you wanted the boots?
Yeah, I think that's what we're interested in. We're hoping we could negotiate these for... I'm pretty sure that I have failed appraise checks on, like, all of these.
You haven't tried to appraise a lot of these.
We haven't not?
I think
No.
he did. I do recall him failing multiple appraise checks on.
Well, he's
stone
appraised a
things.
lot of things, so I don't know if he's...
Mhm. I'm not sure if it was these in particular, but I feel like he
Yeah.
has looked at most rocks that we have encountered
I feel
and
like-
failed an appraise check on them.
I feel like
Can he try again?
Well,
I don't
feel
have
like...
any memory of ever succeeding on an appraise check of a
Well,
of a
these two
random
groups,
rock.
so the ones that you found in the stone teeth, you didn't sit down and appraise because you were trying to make it through the stone teeth. And the ones
right.
that you got out of the mine, I think it was one of those, like, you smashed everything in the room, took all the stuff, and then left the mine, right? So I feel like these two groups of things you didn't appraise yet.
All right, in that case, can I do that?
So you asked her, like, what she'd take, and she's sort of looking at everything, and Kay had pointed out the teal gem, and she's like, yeah, I mean, I'd take this one, for the boots, I think. Like, it's certainly very pretty. I'm sure I can make something awesome out of it. But yeah, Cedric, if you want to do an appraise check to see if that sounds like a reasonable deal to you, you certainly can.
I get a +2 for stone and metal.
Heck yeah.
So that makes it a 6.
Can you, wait, don't we have another extra roll? We have another advantage.
You do have another
You get
advantage.
advantage.
Like I did
Yeah, use the other
the
advantage.
last appraise check I did, I got a 4. So okay, yeah, I'll use another reroll.
Thanks,
Thank
Eric.
you, audience.
Eric came in, dropped a second chance, and left.
Appreciate you, Eric.
Way to go,
Oh,
Eric.
got a 3 that time for a total of 5. Do I think this is a good deal?
Yeah.
Seems like a good deal.
Magic item for like a single greenish blue rock? Totally.
Yeah.
Do we
Great.
actually, like, out of character know what it was?
That
Yeah,
gem
can-
is worth exactly 500 gold.
Oh, yay!
But, like, what is it? What's
What
the
is
rock?
it? Yeah,
Oh,
what is the gem?
oh. It's a piece of alexandrite.
Oh,
Oh.
pretty.
Yeah, if you look
I don't
that
know
up,
if you know
it's really pretty. I have a
I'm gonna
thing.
look
I'm maybe a little bit of a corvid, so I have a thing about gemstones. So I've populated this world with lots of cool gemstones because they're pretty.
Oh, it's so pretty.
and I like
I
looking at
love
pictures
it.
of gemstones.
Wait, there's pink ones, and you didn't give us a pink one?
I gave you other pink rocks.
If you shine UV light on it, it turns like pinkish purple. It fluoresces.
Well, I didn't think any of you had a UV flashlight, but if I'm wrong, you can let me
I mean,
know.
I've got daylight.
I'm just
I'm
I'm just
like,
Not-
I can-
no.
I'm
it
just
has
saying maybe
UV
she
in
did
it.
give us a pink one, but we just can't see that it's pink because Asimir can't see.
Anyway,
well, no,
I
guess it's
gave
a
you
fluorescent
other
pink.
things
It's
that
not
are
a-
pink. I just described something with concentric rings of different shades of pink. Anyway. So yes, if you're happy trading the alexandrite for the boots, you can have the boots.
That seems fair. Do you want any of the rest of these?
The rest of the rocks?
Yeah.
Okay, like, takes them back. She's like, but we might need them for other stuff.
Like what?
Like a bow that can shoot magic items.
But
Wait, what?
Luxie could give us money.
Like a
for
t-shirt
them.
cannon? A bow that can shoot magic items.
You just put magic items into it, and it just launches them. You put the boots one at a time in there. Luxy could give us money, and then we could use the money to buy magic items, Kay.
But the rocks are pretty.
All right, you can pick out 2 to keep.
But I don't know what they're worth. What if I pick the bad ones?
Well, Luxy, are you willing to pay us for any of these?
I mean, yeah, some of them. You've got obsidian. That's always good for stuff.
Oh yeah, that one's ugly. She can have that one.
Thanks.
I mean, it looks useful. I mean, I guess if I had to pick, I want one of the pink ones. Do you want this fossil rock? Like, it shows her the one with the clams in it.
That's cool.
Wait.
I don't really know what I'd do with a fossil, though.
Is that the amber that has something
It's
in it that
definitely
looks
magic.
like it's still moving?
No. She's talking about...
it's like
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like a piece of slate, which I thought was an ammonite because I just heard fossil and marine and was like an ammonite. But apparently no, it's a piece
Remember
of
on the,
slate with
like,
some, little clam
The,
shells.
like, exposed rock hillside where you camped right before you met Gary, you found several fossil things. So this is different from the piece of amber on a golden chain,
Okay.
which nobody has put on yet.
Yeah, we're all afraid of it.
We want to find out what it is first.
Oh, do you think
Didn't-
this person? Do you think she could figure out what it is? Can we like?
Yick.
Because they like make magic items, so can't they like just figure out what they are?
Whoa, I don't do the... I'm not a slinger. You could... I mean, I don't know if Ict knows how to do that. Like, he makes things, but I don't know if he could, like,
Okay.
figure out what's...
So I don't really know how like magic works. Obviously, she like holds up her bow. Like I just shoot this thing, and it's not particularly magical. So sorry.
Yeah, I
didn't
mean,
mean
I
to
just-
offend you.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Yeah,
Is- Is Ick here yet? Awake?
yeah, he's around. I'm gonna look up and see if this is a thing he can do. Hold on.
Kay like picks out one of the pink rocks and puts it back in her bag.
Okay.
Cedric, you said I could pick 2, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah, 2. Cedric
Uh,
like looks at Fletcher and is just like I don't know why I'm the one doing this negotiation.
Right. Like,
Kay
You're
like
taking
also
turns
picks
being
one
the
of the
parent.
purple crystals.
okay.
He's like, honestly, I don't know the market value for any of these rocks, and I definitely don't recognize like some of them.
Some of them.
It's not really my
I
specialty.
mean, you could try to figure
I
out.
mean, we can just get whatever we can get. At least we can trade the one straight up for the boots. That saves us a lot of gold.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
awesome. We weren't using it.
Can you like try and look at these pink ones, Cedric? I mean, you looked at all the other ones you didn't know, but like maybe this pink one, it has like little circles in it and stuff. Like you must like,
Okay, well, apparently I didn't look at any of these. I don't have a memory of looking at any of these before, actually.
probably because she just hoarded them. Kay was the one that found the backpack. I think she just took the pointy thing and like dumped the rocks in her backpack.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I did just work on the part of the episode from the mine, and I
Uh-huh.
think what happened, because I remember thinking, oh, there's going to be an appraisal here at some point, and then you guys started arguing.
Yep.
Yep.
Who'd have
And-
thought?
Then
What?
we gave up on that.
Yeah.
That's so
In fact, I think it may have even started with Sheryl saying that she very intentionally put things in the world that fit in the place.
Yes, because I wanted to talk about what all of them were, because they all made sense to go in the mine with the lead and the silver.
And then somehow we got to discussing religion, and then capitalism.
Yep.
And
Mhm.
it just got real awkward.
Yep.
And then we went back to the other end of the mine to look for
Yeah,
the fox.
that sounds about right. Yeah, so the Alexandrite gem was something that was in the backpack with the lightning stick. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But if you'd like to try appraising anything else, you certainly can.
Yeah, you should try and appraise these, Cedric. Look at this purple one. Look at this pink one. She's like pulling out rocks that she thinks are really pretty. The green one is like fine. I mean, green, like whatever. But like,
Sheryl, what would you like me to roll?
You can tell me which group of, like, which color of
I
whatever.
guess I'm gonna do pink first. Kay
Okay,
seems really excited about
the ones
pink
with the pink rings. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Can I assist with any of these? I can't appraise anything,
But you have like
But
knowledge
I have-
nature.
but I have knowledge nature.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
so I
I
don't know
can
what they're
appraise
worth.
them.
Oh my god.
I have appraise.
Oh my god.
Just for funsies, I'm gonna also do.
Oh my
No,
god.
Like, look, I have a
outroll.
+2 for my appraise checks, and I'm proficient in it, and yet, for the third time in a row, I have rolled a 4.
I have a +7 in appraise. I just didn't realize I could look at rocks.
Oh my god. Amazing.
This is amazing.
I love it.
I
worst
imagine
thief
someone
ever.
is like, don't you work in a general store? Like, don't you deal with these things?
you're a
And don't you regularly break into rich people's
Like
homes
that's what
and
the
steal
argument
shit?
was about her stealing things from rich people.
Yeah, it was.
Come full circle again, and yet we still haven't figured out what the rocks are.
This is
Alright, can I try?
I don't know what
most
any of these are.
Typical
I've looked at all of
game
them,
of D&D.
every single one.
Okay,
no
roll
idea.
an appraise for the pink ones.
Yes.
Can I assist with
Yes.
a nature check?
Yes.
I got a natural 20, so I have a 27.
Why didn't you say you knew what they were before, Kay?
I didn't think about it, I guess. Like, I don't know. Like, my family is mainly general store, and so I don't think about it that much. But now that I think about it, like, we do work with the jewelry people every now and then, and like, sometimes they ask us our opinion about rocks and stuff that come in because, like, we get stuff from outside, and so. Yeah, I guess I just didn't really think about it, but I guess I have seen these before.
We'll be casting for a new DM because I just died.
Hey,
Kay,
Sheryl, it was nice knowing you.
it's good to end at the last stream of the year. Kay, the pretty ones with the pink concentric rings on them are rhodochrosite, which I will put in the chat because the spelling on that is a little exciting. Rhodochrosite, look it up. It's super pretty. And you have approximately 15 gold worth of rhodochrosite.
That's just the pink one? Ooh, it is
Yes.
pretty.
Isn't it? I love it. I think
Yeah.
it's super cool.
It looks like rock candy.
a little.
I mean, I think anything with concentric rings looks like rock candy, though.
It's a manganese carbonate mineral.
Interesting. Can I then try and move on to a different rock?
Sure. Did you write down that you have 15 gold worth of that?
No. I did open it in Google, so I remember to look at it again, though. All right,
Because I'm going to erase things from my list as I tell you what they are.
Okay, hold on. I've never had to do this. I usually just give it all to Cedric and Fletcher, and then they deal with this
Incredible.
stuff.
Fletcher,
Oh,
yes.
wait, hold on.
You're
I want to add a rocks. All right.
rocks. Your knowledge nature means they can have a +2 assist on their identifications.
15 gold of rhodochrosite. Close
Yeah,
enough.
I figured with that natural 20, I was like, I don't need to roll
No.
or do anything because she just got a natural 20. So
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna look at the purple crystally ones next.
Okay, the rough, squarish, rectangular crystals that are purple-brown. Go for it.
I also just for shits and gigs rolled a nature check to assist and rolled a natural 20.
So
On this one?
how much?
Everybody
extra-
knows what these
Sure,
rocks are except for me.
Sure.
Which one are you doing?
How much extra help do I get?
From Ryan, you get a +2, and I'll factor Nadia's nat 20 in here. So what are you appraising?
Okay,
Or
I
what is your appraise?
I got a 14.
Okay, so Nautia says that this is Andalusite, which I will also put in the chat.
Which one
Yay.
is that? The purple one?
Rock chat, yes. Rock chat.
And it's worth.
And Kay guesses that it's like somewhere in the range of like 15, 20, 25 gold. You can't pin it down like exactly, but
All right.
Okay, I guess I'll try the.
How many of the rhodochrosite and andalusite do we have?
you just have like a bunch of chunks that.
Oh, I
equal
got you. This is a
much.
cumulative.
Yes.
Gotcha.
we're at like,
Uh.
we could ask for like 35 gold at this point
Yeah.
for those two like lumps of things so far.
Yeah.
I'll like look at the little green stones.
Okay, yeah, you have a lot of those. Because some of them were in that backpack, and some of them were from the mine goods.
I definitely don't know what those are, and roll a 1.
Sweet. They're green. Who cares?
Kay and Cedric get in an argument about whether or not they're green or whether they're a different color word. I think they're more of a sage.
Well, actually, if you look at them under yellow light, they look red-purple. So, like, if you look at them under firelight, they look red-purple, and in daylight, they look green. Yay,
Okay,
chemistry.
yeah, so we get into an argument over that.
Look at all these notes I took about rocks. See, I have a thing about rocks.
Oh, gee. I guess we have the off-white milky ones.
There are some off-white rectangular crystals, yeah.
Oh, those, yes.
Do it.
A 17.
So yeah, this is a common-ish rock, so it's not worth as much, but this is barite, and you have like quite a bit of it, but it's not worth a whole lot, so you probably have like 5 gold worth of it total.
Naturally occurring barium-based mineral.
Mm-hmm. Barite. And then we have...
We're at 40 gold plus a bunch of green rocks that we don't know what they're worth.
We have the black onyx stuff.
You do.
High purity barite is used in the gastrointestinal tract, where its density prevents X-ray penetration and thus is visible on an X-ray.
I had
Sometimes
that.
you drink
Haha!
barium.
I drank that.
Yeah.
I had a medical procedure where they had to look at like my stomach, and I drank that. It was like chalky and really disgusting, but chocolate syrup helped it a lot. And then you could see it like passing through your digestive system on the X-ray. It was the best day of school I ever got to skip. I played Pokemon on the Pokemon Stadium on their N64 in the doctor's office because you had to go in for X-rays like every 15 minutes or whatever. It was like a whole thing. Anyway, turns out I was fine, so that's good.
Amazing. There it is.
25 for the onyx.
20 of 25 total? Oh boy.
Yeah.
So you have 9 pieces of onyx that are each worth approximately 50 gold. Ryan's like, whoo.
Sorry,
Right.
you say
Each piece is worth 50?
Yeah.
So that's 450 gold.
Yeah.
5-0.
Yes.
Okay.
5-0.
450.
We're at 490 gold plus random greenstones right now.
We
Just throw those in as a tip.
We have obsidian. Could I evaluate the obsidian?
Sure. Yeah. Let's go crazy.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 on the obsidian. You have 5 pieces of obsidian that's worth... Is that right? Yes. That's worth about 50 gold total. Lots of rocks.
Can I try nature check on the green ones just for fun?
Sure.
They're mysterious.
Oh, 7? Is that what you said?
7.
Okay. They're cool. They're very pretty.
I
Honestly,
got a
that
19.
might be a 19. Yeah, so you know that they are chrysoprase, which again I'm going to put in the chat because spelling of these things is really exciting. With a knowledge nature, you don't necessarily know how much they're worth, but at least you know what it's called. Chrysoprase.
Well, I wasn't too far off when I said sage.
Yeah, it's
color.
pretty, right?
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah. It is a cryptocrystalline form of silica containing small quantities of nickel. Its color is normally apple green, but varies to deep green.
Mm-hmm.
Was that all the rocks? I wrote something down, but I can't read it. It looks like I wrote garlic, but I'm pretty sure that's not what I meant.
That might be the galena.
Oh, galena. There.
It looks like garlic.
You talked very fast, and I tried to keep up, and
Sorry.
I wrote garlic apparently. So Anyway, can I try
Amazing.
and appraise the not garlic?
Sure. This isn't like a semi-precious stone, but you can
Okay.
try. Yeah, it's. I'm just saying it's something you might be less familiar with.
A 27.
But your appraise checks are just so darn good. Again, this is that like. So Cedric had explained to you what Galena is before, right? So this
Okay.
is this.
I rolled an 18. I have a
Hey,
+7
amazing.
with his 2. So
Amazing. So this is that lead sulfide mineral or ore from which lead is extracted. But lead is useful for lots of things. So you have enough of this ore that like, someone would need to extract it and whatever. But it's probably like someone would pay you like 10 gold for it.
Kay is just like rattling off numbers, and she's like, except for the green rock. Since we identified the green rock, can I try and appraise it again or no?
You don't get to do that twice.
Okay.
Yeah. But you wrote down all of the ones that I gave you numbers for?
Yes, I have 15 gold of rhodochrosite and 15 to 20 gold of it's between 15 and 25 of andalusite, and green rocks ? Price of praise. 5 gold of barite, 50 gold per piece of onyx, and we have 9 pieces, and 50 gold per piece of obsidian, 5 pieces, and 10 gold of galena ore.
Wait, no. What?
No. How much was the obsidian?
The obsidian is, you have 5 pieces and it's 10 gold per.
Oh, 10. I thought you
The
said... I don't know
onyx,
why
you
said-
have 9
It's-
pieces and that's 50 gold per.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Sweet.
We're at like known quantity about 550 total.
So many shinies. Look at
So many
that.
Chinese.
Look at that.
I don't know if they will have 550 gold to give us. So we could, just knowing what all those things are worth now, we could just hold on to everything and do the same sort of thing back in town. Now that we know we have an additional more than 550 gold in stones that we have, that will be probably very, very useful in town.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I'm sure the jeweler would love to see you again. Didn't Kay still has a commission waiting for her there? Yeah, that's what I thought.
I have thought about the commission a few times, like, I want my shiny necklace.
Peter, you raised your hand.
Well, I think it's one of those things that comes up in fantasy worlds a lot, right? Where things are named after things in our world, and then like Andalusite is named after Andalusia in Spain. It's just like one of those things where it's like in this world it would have a completely different name, right? That would. Yeah. Fun fact that I just learned from Wikipedia is that apparently it was named for Andalusia, which is where they thought it was from, but it was not actually collected there. It was actually from Guadalajara. So that's what I got.
Because transatlantic trade. Cool.
No, sorry, Guadalajara in Spain.
Oh.
Not.
I'm sorry. I thought you meant like. Gotcha.
Yeah. No, not in Mexico.
So like, there could be like a Seychesterite.
Sure. Or since
Yeah.
this is Spanish in origin, it would be Esnanite. Because Esnan is my poorly veiled proxy for Spain.
It probably is. Yep.
We did talk about that back during the party at the Explorers Academy building opening, because all of the food was... Nancy was like, why is all of this food in Spanish? And I was like, because the guy who catered is from my proxy for Spain. I'm original.
You mean you didn't invent an entire country's worth of cuisine?
No.
That was completely
It's
unique?
allegory.
I mean, knowing this cast, I probably should have invented cuisine, because we haven't talked about food like extensively in quite a while, honestly.
Probably since last episode. We probably talked about it last episode.
Today we're talking about rocks.
Rocks!
All right. So what do you want to do with said rocks? You trading for anything else, or are you just knowing what you know and moving on?
Can we ask her to appraise the green rocks?
Yeah, she can tell you how much she would give you for them, I think.
Yeah, and it's going to be her assessment, not like us. It could be worth a ton of money, and she could be like, "Oh, I'd give you 10 gold." Like,
yeah,
we won't know for sure.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it would...
We know we have the one gem that we can trade for the boots. Like that. That's a nice, easy.
Yep.
We've done that, right? Like that is completed, right?
Yes. She took that. For the chrysoprase, she'd say, I mean, you've got a lot of it, and it's cool looking. Yeah, I'd probably give you like, at least 200 gold, credit with it. I don't have like 200 gold pieces lying around, but yeah, I mean, that
is good to know.
All
Thanks.
right. So we've got like around 1,000 gold worth,
750,
including the 200
Dad.
she just said.
Yeah, because we had 550 without that included, so we're at like
Gotcha.
750.
Gotcha. Okay.
We had 1,000 with the shiny blue rock that we just gave away. What was that shiny blue rock anyway? Just because, like,
Alexandrite.
That was
Alexandrite. Yeah, that was worth 500 on its own.
That was a very high quality gem. Yeah.
Yeah, I will. I'm just gonna put it on the list and like cross it off so I know that we had it. I guess.
Smart. Had it, spent it. Cool. Look at that. They have money. They kept saying they didn't have any money. I gave them all kinds of treasure.
So I mean, we could, with a little bit of money, we could buy another one of these magic items. There's a eagle claw talisman that can make someone stronger. There's a cloak of elemental protection, which can protect someone from a type of elemental damage. And then there's bracers, which give a simple additional armor bonus to somebody for wearing them.
I know that Fletcher had asked the Raptorians if they had protective clothing he could wear. But bracers of armor are something that even an arcane magic user can wear.
Yeah, so those, since it's not full armor, they don't introduce like an arcane penalty to your checks.
It's because they're magic armor. They don't.
Because they are magic. Yeah.
It doesn't. Yeah. Yep. And it's just bracers. So it's not like a full suit of. Yeah.
It's not. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that would be up. I mean, then that would be up to the group. Like we said, like what are we gonna buy and who wears what, and I feel like the boots we just kind of like got for free, so it's like by trading that in.
Yeah.
There's also a wand of mage armor for exactly 750.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like
if there isn't anything like super jumping out at us, then we should just like hold off on it, because we'll have more options in town, and we wouldn't want to be like, oh, we spent 750 here with our rocks, but then at town there was something that we really wanted.
Okay, that's very good advice.
And they're not that far out from the forest, so we could come back here. I mean, we'd have to find them because they're moving, but you know.
You may or may not remember, but when Hees was telling you that they're semi-nomadic, they move like seasonally, so they might only move like once or twice a year kind of thing.
All right, unless anybody really, really wants something.
Going once, going twice.
Yeah, we can wait to see what's in town. I mean, I'd never say no to more armor, but I'm not gonna use up all the extra gold that we have right now for that.
All right. Well, if we're ready to leave town, then I'm going to go fall asleep in the wagon because I've been up all night melting silver. So
You were up all night doing that?
Well, he couldn't have been up all
started
night
in the
because then he wouldn't have been able to choose that spell.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
But
I'm still
he's
very
sore
tired.
From
I mean, you can be-
yesterday,
yeah, exactly. You
So,
could be sore.
like,
Still very
yeah,
tired.
I know you
sure,
slept
I
at
can-
least 8 hours. All
I'm
those spells
dehydrated.
with
I had to
someone-
be next to that ash pit.
Yeah, and also like burning bone ash does not smell good. So yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I can pull
Probably
the wagon.
inhaled some lead.
Whatever.
Yeah, you wore your respirator while you're doing that, right?
Oh yeah,
Fantasy
all
OSHA
the
said
proper
so.
PPE. Yeah. I had Fletcher stand there and cast mage armor on my hands.
Well, I mean, Wuxie had like gloves and stuff, so you know they were probably a little tight on your hands, but I mean, she had all of the equipment you needed. Like you had like an apron and tongs, everything you needed, crucible. All right. Well, if we're concluding our shopping, what would you like to do now? Are you leaving the Goblin Camp?
Yeah. We haven't really discussed. We haven't discussed. We haven't discussed where we're going next, and I think
Chester.
Well, there's a temple that we could stop at on the way. We did kind of promise.
The Grassland Temple. The Lucanus's temple. It's sort of on the way. It's mostly on the way. If you want to.
We did say we pay him a visit once we fixed all this stuff.
I mean, assuming we can even find it again, but I think we need to try.
And if we can get it open again, we have to make sure it's timed right. That was the moon and the flowers.
I mean,
if we can get our bearings, we can see if we can find it again on our way down. We're back, since we are back in the grasslands.
and I think we owe it to him to at least try.
Yeah,
I mean, he may not even be there, but
As long as that woman in there doesn't get pissed off at us again and try to kill us.
I mean, do we have to go inside? Can't we just like stop by his grave and not deal with the scary soul sucking lady?
I mean, I think that wouldn't be visiting him. I think the whole, I mean, I kind of wanted to visit. I told him I would visit him, not like visit the spot where we burned his body. I mean, I was kind of thinking his non-corporeal parts, you know.
Yeah.
Let's head down and see if we can recognize anything and get our bearings. And do we know, we would know what like moon phase are we in, so we would know like if we're heading back that way now, is it going to be in a good position from what we learned based on to like get that entrance open to get back down there.
So today is the 22nd of Bright Run. The new moon happens on the 25th of every month. So there is not a whole lot of moon in the sky right now, but yeah.
I think we would need to find it quickly then to have any hope of getting it open.
Wait, doesn't it open on the full moon? Is that right?
Was it only the full, or was it?
That's just when it opened for us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think Kay's dream was that it was under the full moon and it
Full
opened
moon.
and showed itself.
But it was also about to be the full moon when you had the dream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it might be.
I mean, maybe it opens every night. We don't know. I mean, right?
Maybe any day except the new moon. Like it has to associate with the moon somehow. I mean, if we can find how we get there.
Can you imagine being the person working in that
Right.
temple who goes out on a grocery run and is like, oh crap, it's the new moon, I can't get back in.
Sorry, I didn't hear any of that.
Oh, I was making a joke about the door and whether or not it opens.
Okay. So
We can try then.
let's see if we can find it first.
Okay, so
Can I try to orient and remember where it was?
Yeah, so if you're trying to navigate to where that was, you're coming at it from a different direction, and it's a whole month later. Excuse me. But anybody who's trying to navigate their way there can make a survival check. Yay, navigating.
Dirty 20?
Nice.
I also got a dirty 20.
Heck
I
yeah.
also got a dirty 20.
Good lord!
Way to go, team!
Cedric is napping on the cart.
Okay.
That's fair. He had a
Did
busy
you
day.
roll, or did you...
I got a 9.
Oh!
I think it was.
That kind of heat just takes it out of
South?
you. You got to take
Yeah.
a day off.
Yeah, you did say you were napping. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's,
3 dirty 20s. Way to go. Yeah, you can figure out your way back to that, and it is, I mean, like, conveniently, you know, like, with all the time you spent in town or whatever, like, you think that you would reach there late afternoon-ish, because it was, you remember, you had traversed quite a bit of the grasslands going north anyway, so it was kind of in, like, the, you know, towards the northern edge of the grasslands. So yeah, you don't have to travel too awfully far. It's south and a little east from where you are in the Goblin Camp. But yeah, you can certainly navigate your way there pretty easily if that's where you'd like to go.
yeah, I think that's where we'll drag Cedric's butt in the cart while he sleeps all day.
Drag Cedric's dead body again.
Ew.
At least
Should
he
be
smells
mid-
better this time.
Sorry, you bought the boots. Who's gonna wear the boots?
I was going to ask that. Yeah, who's putting on the boots?
I feel like one of the boys should put them on.
I thought the arguments for Cedric were pretty strong, but also if Fletcher just wants to not have to worry about falling, that would also be.
And also, you bought new studded leather armor, so does that mean Cedric is giving the magic studded leather armor to Kay?
We haven't had that conversation yet.
Cool.
I didn't even
can
know
talk
they
about that
bought
while you
leather
walk.
armor.
Hmm.
Perfect. I didn't even know that Cedric bought that stuff.
Yeah,
It's in my pack.
while we're
So, and I'm asleep. So.
yeah, I think while we're dragging him and he's still wearing the other armor, I'm like, you know, Kay, we bought him a set of armor and he did not take that off. That's when we get him up, make sure you get that off of him. You should be having that now if you want it, because we bought him a new pair.
Oh, that's good to know. I don't know if he's that sleepy or that inconsiderate to not tell me, but whatever. I mean, it is Cedric after all.
He's been very busy. I mean,
It's
he
true.
did a
He
lot
did
for us
heal
back in the
us.
He
camp.
did a lot of work
So,
yesterday.
He did
Did a
a lot
lot.
of work for us, so yeah,
We'll-
okay.
We'll bother him when he wakes up.
Okay.
Yeah. And also I'll just say we'll leave the boots on the cart for him to put on when he wakes up as well. Because if I fall, I mean I have feather fall prepared still as well. So like I have that safeguard against falling for myself. So he can put on the boots.
Because he already used his one.
Everybody has, and Nautia doesn't need it. So
Right, yeah, like you said they each got one and they've each used it, so yeah. Amazing. All right, so that's how those magic items are being distributed. That's cool. Yeah, so you do in fact make it to that, and again, like the grassland is full of flowers, but you make it back to this place where you had entered the grassland temple before, and like the ring of flowers is uncanny, and also the fact that like it's a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, and they look pretty much exactly the same that they did before. Definitely special flowers. But yeah, there they are, and the sun is setting.
is Cedric up by this point on his own?
Yeah.
Will?
He's up. Yeah.
Okay. Then we'll have done the armor trade and given you the
Mhm.
boots and everything.
Cool.
Do you want to wear? Do you want this? You want the Lucanus armor, Kay, or do you want the new stuff that we just bought that this goblin made?
Well, the new stuff won't fit me because I'm like significantly taller and have some more stuff in the chest region that you don't have.
That's true. This is weirdly baggy. Now that I think about it, here you go.
What do you mean it's weirdly baggy? It's magic armor.
It like auto sizes.
Yeah, it auto sizes to you.
I don't know how the set of leather armor works.
Okay, so this magic armor, you didn't get it identified, but I'm telling you because this is such a rare occurrence that I'm never gonna remember it unless I tell you and you get to remember it. If you are, so it's a +1 studded leather armor. And if you are struck with a critical hit, there's a 25% chance that the armor protects your vital area and the damage is rolled normally instead of crit damage.
So does that mean that my armor class goes up by 1?
Yes. Were you already wearing studded leather?
No, I was wearing regular leather.
Then it goes up by more than that.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah. So it goes up by 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does all of it go up by 2? So, but no, not the touch.
Right. So remember that flat-footed is 10 plus your armor, but not your dexterity, and touch is 10 plus your dexterity, but not your armor.
Okay. And traps?
Huh?
I have because I have trap sense, so it does
that's
list.
its own separate thing.
Okay, and that's not affected by armor?
I'd have to look that up. I don't remember.
Okay. Let me see. It's okay. We can do that.
No
Not now.
worries. Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Cool. Yeah, so you are at this circle of flowers where you've been before.
I think we should just make camp here. It's late enough, right?
Well, we're just waiting for sunset
Yeah.
to see if anything happens, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, if
but-
it doesn't happen, we don't want to keep traveling at night, so we can go ahead and set up camp, right?
Yeah. Cook some food. I feel like Lucanus would appreciate that.
We're still in wild cherry region, right?
Yes, I looked up some more edible prairie plants too. So similar to what you got in the Goblin Camp, there are Allium canadensis, or what we would call wild onion, but they'll just call onion because because they don't have a domesticated one. There are ground nuts and prairie turnips and sunflowers, although the sunflowers are not in seed right now, but there are some sunflower relatives with tuber roots that you can eat. And there are lamb's quarters. All kinds of good stuff to eat. Apparently, didn't know this until I started reading this thing. Apparently, some Native American groups would cook and, or I guess still do in some areas, cook and eat the young leaves of common milkweed. Because I guess if you cook it, the toxins get broken down. So that's cool. So
milkweed
you can try
is not one I would have tried.
cooking some milkweed if you really feel like it. Don't know that I'd recommend that. Yeah. Oh, and also wild plums is another thing I found on here. Thank you, Kelly Kincher and Kansas State University Library for this edible plants of the prairie list.
Sorry, I have a quick question about the armor again.
Yeah.
What is the total bonus?
So studded leather is +3, but it's magic, so it has a +1. So the total armor bonus
is
is
+4. Okay.
Yes.
Because I'm just gonna put it in Roll20, and it's gonna figure all the math out for me.
Yes, it is. So you set camp, you make some food, the sun goes down. There is a teeny tiny little waning sliver of moon in the sky. Are you going to do anything? You're just going to sit and wait.
I think just sit and wait.
You're just sitting at your little like campsite waiting? Okay. Then you sit and wait, I guess.
So nothing happens.
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, there's a little bit of moonlight, and so you can still see, and like the flowers are glowing in that same sort of like weird way as before. And like you hear bug sounds in the plants around you, and the scurryings of little animals and whatnot.
Did we have to do anything else to get to the entrance before? Because it just appeared, right?
Yeah, did it appear? Did we fall asleep? Did it open up when we were asleep, or did it just appear?
Neither of those things.
Neither of those things. Did we do something to open it? Okay, did you do something to open it?
I don't think so. I don't remember. I thought it just like we woke up and the moon was out and it opened.
I have written down just that the door opened up at night and revealed stairs under it.
Didn't you have to step into the circle, though? There was this whole argument about you not wanting
Oh,
to step
yeah.
into what was a fairy ring or whatever. But, like, it's not just going to hang out and be open, because that's not secure.
Right. Okay, like.
But we do
what?
see the circle.
Yeah, I mean, the circle of flowers is there, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, like, steps into the circle, I guess.
Okay. Roll a... you don't have knowledge religion, do you? Okay. Roll a wisdom check for me.
Oh, God. Do we have any advantages?
I don't think so. But if
I
somebody
got
wants
an
to
8.
redeem one quickly.
Because I got an 8.
So you stand there for a minute, and nothing seems to be happening.
I mean, I would remember my dream, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, guys. Like, in my dream, there was, like, a full moon, so I don't know if, like...
You would also remember that, like, you made this connection at the mountain temple, that the recall door, it was explained via text and talking to Sue that the recall door's power is corresponds to the phase of the moon, and you guys made the connection that, like, oh, that's like this Grassland Temple entrance, right? Like, so you wonder if maybe, like, it's harder to get it open when the moon is less full.
I don't know, guys. Like, I mean, because remember when we went to, like, get Cedric back, and then Sue was like, hey, it like, matters what phase of the moon that we were in, and we, like, just kind of cut it close and managed to get in, and then, like, last time we were here, it was also, like, the full moon, so I wonder if, like, it's just harder to get open. Maybe I can, like, knock or something. She, like, kneels down and, like, knocks on the, hi, can you let us in?
Ooh, try praying. I mean, it hasn't worked yet, but maybe eventually it will.
Can Kay,
this...
like... Oh, sorry.
I would say at this point, I mean, only Kay has stepped into the circle to see if it would open.
Is that true?
Yeah, I think so. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I think Fletcher would step in next to her just to observe and see, and maybe when it's weaker, does it require a bigger presence of people to be willing to open or something, like, so I'm at least going to be there with her so I can also observe, try to help in any way I can, being closer to where the door should be.
Okay.
Can Kay, like, she, like, takes a deep breath and, like, goes, like, tries to, like, really focus, and, like, in Celestial says open.
Okay. Fletcher, are you, like, praying or concentrating or anything, or are you just sort of watching?
I mean, I'm concentrating while I'm observing, definitely. Like,
Also,
trying to
seeing
see,
Fletcher do that,
yeah.
I would do the same.
Okay.
Same. I would
All right.
also step in.
So if everybody is sort of helping concentrate, Kay, with your speaking open in Celestial, I will let you roll the wisdom check again, and you can have... I'll let you have... this seems very generous, but a +6, because all 3 friends are helping. And everybody has a positive wisdom score, right? Like, nobody has a less than 10 wisdom, right?
I'm sorry, team.
Oh.
I rolled a 2.
Amazing.
So +6
It's still an 8.
8. I'm not wise. I'm 17. Did that put any points into wisdom?
We can circle back sometime.
Yeah, it's probably the moon thing. It probably wouldn't have worked this
'Cause
time, but
the other temple was moon. It was tied to the moon cycle too, right? So
Yeah, maybe we should like mark it on our calendars.
yeah, that
Oh.
sounds like a good idea. You know, like maybe
Yeah.
next month we can come back, or the month after, or something. I'm glad we tried though.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, just like it wouldn't have felt right walking by.
If we hadn't tried, yeah.
Yeah, coming by.
Mhm.
I mean, like maybe we could like still say like a prayer or something. I know that's like important to you, but maybe we could like, I don't know. Like it is the middle of the night already. We're probably not going to travel, so like maybe we could just like say our pieces to him and let him know that we'll be back.
Yeah.
Kay like sits in the middle of the ring of the flowers.
Oh, like now, like together, you mean?
I mean, we don't have to, but I'd like to.
Yeah, okay. Sure. Sit down next to you.
I've never had to do this before. I don't know what to say. Do you like talk to the dead person?
I think you can do whatever feels right to you, okay?
Cedric, you're the religious person. You say something.
Okay.
Like the religious uncle that at holidays everyone makes say grace
I
because
was
nobody else
just
wants to
gonna
like
put
do
that in the
anything.
chat. I was like, they're arguing over saying grace.
I mean, this is not. Lucanus wasn't a religious guy, so this isn't really a prayer.
Yeah, maybe we could just like talk to him or something.
I think he would like that.
He'd
We
probably
didn't
just
talk-
like to hear what we've been doing, what we've been up to, and how things are going, and just let him know how things have been and that we'll be back. I mean, was always one for the stories and adventure and action, so I don't think he'd want us to be getting teary-eyed. I think he'd want to know that we were out there kicking monsters' butts and doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Kayla takes a deep breath and she like does not do a breathless explanation. She just like takes her time and like tells the story of what has happened since we passed. I'm assuming it takes a while.
Yeah, it's been a lot. Especially if you're taking your time.
Like halfway through, like Cedric gets up and like runs out of the circle and like goes to get his Mako Weedle and like brings it back and like sets it down on the ground. Like when Kay gets to that point in the story, he's just like, "Oh, dude, bud, I know you would have loved this. This is
You would have
so
loved
cool.
those
This is-"
games. Cedric and I cheered.
Yeah. It's man, the fighting it was so cool. Like you would have been super into it. And then man, the spices that we got from these like scorpion people, like
Cedric's a vegetarian
notch.
now. He can't
Oh.
eat meat. Isn't that so sad?
I know it's not fair. Like I swear, like I still have some of that antelope jerky that we made, and like I can't even eat it. It's the worst. It's probably no good anymore, but you know, Still got it.
Maybe we can leave it as a sacrifice.
Yeah. I'll leave it for you, but in case you still want to try it. Yeah, we're all like hanging in there, all still alive,
Barely.
or maybe still's not
The
the
temples keep
appropriate word.
taking people's lives. I mean, well, I guess this one took your life, but then a crazy dwarf that can change into animals took Cedric's life. But then we went to a different temple and we got Cedric back to life. So that makes me less angry about the temples in general. But I'm still mad at this one, especially now because it won't open and because it killed you. So I'm still a little bit mad at this particular temple.
Also, like potentially a good sign as far as, you know, maybe you're not permanently stuck where you are. So we're definitely still keeping our eyes open for a way to bring you back. If that's a thing that you are still into or whatever. I mean, maybe you're having such a good time kicking ghost butts or whatever it is you're doing over there. Maybe you're too busy to come by and say hi. But I hope you're having a good time.
We miss you, friend.
We miss you.
Fletcher is doing all of his reflection silently. He doesn't really pitch in on anything during this. He's not really, yeah.
It's okay. That feels in character. Yeah.
Yeah. At some point, like Cedric like reaches over and like grabs your shoulder and gives you that like squeeze. It's just like, yeah, I get it.
Kay like falls over and bursts into tears.
Cedric doesn't respond to that in any kind of comforting way. He's super.
Cedric's
Nautia
shirt
leans
has
over.
slightly more snot in it than it did before.
Right after you did the laundry.
Nautia leans over to sort of comfort Kay.
All right. So you spend the night at this campsite next to the ring of flowers that indicates the entrance to this temple, even though you couldn't get the entrance to open for you. And then you get up the next morning, I assume, and keep traveling south. Was your intent to just head straight to the river? Were you heading specifically back to the rainforest? Like, what sort of trajectory were you taking?
Do river, because we're now basically, if we just go south, we will hit the river past the point where it was bad, right?
Yeah. So if you go straight south from where you are right now, that takes you another day-ish to get there, I think. Yeah, that's about how long. Yeah. So it takes you about another day-ish to get there, but you do make it back to the bank of the river, kind of not too far. It's kind of like in between where Barika's clan was camped when you helped her and the abandoned camp where you did all the science. You're sort of like in between those two spots, and you go check out the river. Are you just wandering over to the bank and looking over the side, or are you going to do anything specific with the water?
First, I want to take a look and see what it looks like.
Yeah. It definitely looks better. Not all the way clean, because things like this take a while to wash out, but it definitely looks and smells quite a bit better than it did before.
Okay. And I guess I'll kind of look around, just see what the wildlife and vegetation around kind of looks like. Does it look like it's, better?
Yeah. I mean, like, you'd have to, like, go fishing to look for fish kind of thing, but, like, the plants along the edge certainly look better. Yeah.
I do, like, I'll take, like, a piece of grass or something and sort of test the water, and does it still look like it would hurt to get in this water?
Not so much. It doesn't like the grass seems like it just gets wet, so you don't feel like it's probably diluted enough at this point that it might not be dangerous anymore.
Kind of stick my hand in for a
Make
minute.
Cedric drink it.
Wait, first.
He's our litmus test.
She said she stuck her hand in. So yeah, you stick your hand in and sort of wiggle your fingers for a moment. Like, you're maybe a little skittish of leaving it in there for too long, but like for the few seconds that it is in there, like, water feels nice and you don't get any like burning sensation.
Okay. I think I'm still too chicken to like fully get in it.
Send Cedric, he's our litmus test.
Ah,
Boo.
But yeah, I guess if it looks better, I'll kind of do a fly out and just sort of take a look downstream just to see what I can see, I guess.
yeah. Give me a perception check. Looks terrified
These
at dice.
These dice. I was like, well, that one rolled really well until it gave me a 3. And then that one gave me a 3.
Statistics.
So that's
Still like a bajillion, right?
It's 11.
11. Oh, okay. I mean, as far as you can tell, like, it's kind of hard to gauge because it's like, it's water and it's relatively flat, so it's kind of hard to like see the quality of it
Puka.
too far out. But I mean, yeah, it looks like everything seems to be washing away.
Victory! We did it, you guys!
We did it! Look, Nautia! You're class.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we just keep going downstream and I see how my friends are doing when we get there and then you can get back
And get
to
some red
town.
birds for the Bloodlord.
The Bloodlord?
That
Where did that come from?
That was definitely not her name. I don't remember what it was, but it was not that.
Her name was Sawan.
Peter remembers that. Cedric doesn't.
Yeah, Nautia, we can talk to you about that as we walk, why we were looking at those birds in the jungle.
okay.
I can't
And,
believe we
I
made
mean,
it this long and haven't told you about that.
We'll be going
Well,
back
I
that
can.
way anyway.
Yeah, once we left the jungle, there wasn't really anything to think about anymore, but now we're going to be back there again.
Yeah, it might be good to know what y'all are doing and what
We
I'm
might
getting
be
myself
enslaved
into,
for
maybe?
life or murdered if we don't bring any red birds back. It's kind of a toss-up.
Okay. That's a little. I thought you needed some feathers for something. That's a little.
Well, we
different.
technically do. Well, you see, so my brother Jay, he's like this half draconic guy. He's really awesome. I love him a lot. But then, like, he was framed for murder, and to like get him out of the murder, we had to convince like this rich guy's girl, like daughter, who was also dating my brother, that she had an alibi for him, but he wouldn't let her do it because he has a debt to this like bloodlord person, who then when we talked to her was like, we'll let her give the testimony for your brother, but you need to give us things from like your adventures, like red birds and feathers, so we can sell them, and if you don't do that, then we technically own your life forever.
So you
It
need.
may not have been exactly how it happened, but that's the broad strokes.
So you need red birds to help your brother.
No, we need red birds to pay off the bloodlord so we don't get enslaved, because like we took on like my brother's girlfriend's dad's debt
I think
to
it was
save my
more
brother.
murdered than. I don't think we
But
were
that
ever
was. But you did it to help your brother.
Yes.
Okay. See, that's the part that comes back around and makes it sound better.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't have just like taken on some random person's debt for like no reason. We had to like save my brother's life because he got framed for murder because they like tried to use fires. They're like, oh, dragon people can all breathe fire. It was like super racist and like complete bullshit, but whatever.
Okay.
I'm sure the town will love you though.
Huh?
You don't see why
Right.
they wouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, assuming that you've decided you do want to come back to town with us, which you don't have to do in case we're in trouble, because it's been a while. We've been gone a while. we like.
But if we come back with red birds and feathers, then it should be totally fine. I have to say hi to my mom. I said that I was going to be gone for a week, and it's been like 10 years. She's going to kill me.
Well,
she's
the
going
time
to be
went
worse.
back down again.
It's going to be worse than whatever that orc did to me out in the grasslands.
Yeah.
Do you think I should wear the studded leather armor to see my mom, just in case she throws something at me?
I mean, I think maybe you should let Fletcher borrow it in case we're there and she kills us. I'm just saying. Unless she's more likely to kill us.
Yeah, she did think you were kind of suspicious, and one of us did die, so...
Yeah, I think we can let Kay talk to her mom and sort things out before we see her mom.
Cowards!
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
I don't think she needs to suddenly see all of us after Kay's been gone for 2 months. They'll have enough to deal with.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good plan. Yeah, okay, yeah, so
you
Nautia,
guys maybe are gonna need help staying alive in town, just like out here, huh?
Well, my
not,
mom can get like really angry. She doesn't come from like a bad place. I think she just has a lot of emotions that happen at the same time, and then she just kind of explodes. I mean, maybe that's where I get it from.
So, long story short, we do still need some feathers from red birds because that will help at least one of our potentially life-threatening scenarios back in town.
Yeah, they won't help from my mom, but it might help from the Bloodlord, who only seems mildly more scary than my mother at this point.
Where did this Bloodlord thing come from?
Not a Bloodlord.
Not a Bloodlord, yeah.
That's
It
new
just came out
today.
of her mouth. It
Yeah.
just appeared.
Lord's a cool name, though,
They
okay? If you want us to start
It
calling
is.
you that, we can call you
I'm
that.
naming the next BBEG that, but...
Oh.
And also, Nautia will... Yeah, we have to deal with that back in town, but we're going to keep trying to figure out what's going on between Kay and the plains and be working towards what will open up your way back home. So if you want to stay
that
with
all
us
seems really
to help,
important. Yeah.
then hopefully we'll get you back home.
Yeah. Wow.
You know,
Okay.
nobody's seen a method in like 100 years. We could tell everybody you're the Bloodlord and that you're super powerful and that you can kick their asses. And then
Yeah, we got in a bigger
nobody
debt
would mess
with
with
you.
us. Yeah.
You can fly and stuff.
Cheryl's making the best face right now because y'all have straight up met a method in town.
yes, you have.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
great.
we have.
It's amazing.
Wait.
Mhm.
But the method in
great.
town doesn't look like you.
No,
right?
they don't all look exactly the same.
Yeah,
No, he was
Cedric.
dressed up like a
They're
butler.
not all
Oh,
Right?
come
What
on.
would you say?
He was like dressed up like a butler, basically.
No, he's not wearing
right?
any clothes.
He's like a.
He's
He
like made of
looks like-
water. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like looks like a water elemental, right?
Right, but he's not because water elementals. Yeah. Anyway.
And I think
Yeah.
we like specifically failed a check to like know what he was. I
don't
think
know that
we
you
don't.
tried to figure it out. Maybe you did. I know that you were trying to
I
poke
don't-
him, but anyway. I have to say, I don't know if you planned that, but that was a really great like recap or pre-cap for what the audience can look forward to next
Yeah.
year.
Bloodlords.
Bloodlords, red parrots in the rainforest.
We're gonna try those birds again. I'm
Gonna
sure.
try
it
the
was better
birds
this
again.
time.
We're going
We
back
are
to
like 4
civilization.
levels higher this time.
I have to remember how to do the voices for all of the NPCs in New System.
Well, now you have some time to go back and
Yeah.
review the tape
It's gonna be great.
and remember all of
There'll
them.
be more NPCs for us to be awkward around.
Yeah, and more introductions because we're real good at those on this show. So yeah, thank you so much to everybody who's been hanging out with us tonight and this year. For as long as you've been watching or listening to the show, we appreciate you being here for our weird story and science discussions. We're glad you enjoy what we do. We will be back at some point in January. Don't forget, you can check out the reference section panels below our Twitch screen or check out our Twitter. We should be listing the schedule for the first part of 2022 soon-ish, as soon as Nancy figures out her tour schedule. First, I have to go on tour with her, and then we can figure out stuff like that later.
Yes. I'm still waiting for like a couple people.
There you
so.
go. So we'll get
It's
there
those people's fault.
when we get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'll be able to see us in 2022. We'll be back with more Arda. We'll be back with some more one-shots that I've got vaguely in the works, and who knows what else might happen. It'll be a whole new year with new opportunities. So yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we will see you in the new year. Bye.
Bye.